Good evening, FPL managers. We are live. Just muting my laptop there as we are streaming 4 games this evening, and I am joined by 3 very special guests. Seb, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm all right, thank you. Bit full after Christmas, but, recovering.
So you're going to be on West Brom Leeds. We've also got Ted with us today. Ted, how are you doing for your Scoutcast match day debut?
I'm very excited. Thanks for having me on, Gianni.
Good stuff. Southampton, West Ham for you. And then Rich, you've got Brighton, Arsenal. How are you doing, Rich?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Yeah, and happy Christmas.
Yeah, good stuff. Happy Christmas, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Do get your questions in. We'll get to them when we can. But of course, tonight is going to be organised chaos. We're really excited. We've got 4 games and we're hoping for goals galore. Before the games kick off in 4 minutes' time, we'll go round the grounds, as it were, for a bit of team news. Seb, West Brom Leeds. There was rumours today that Bamford was going to be missing, that Dallas could be out. I mean, it's what we expect from Bielsa, right?
Yeah, Bielsa doesn't rotate, and he hasn't rotated. It is exactly the team that played last time, including Bamford. I think it was injury concerns over him rather than rotation. People mentioned that I think he missed a similar fixture this time last year, although off the top of my head, again, that was injury. Bielsa just won't rotate for tiredness. He might rotate for other reasons, but never for tiredness. It doesn't happen. And then for West Brom, I don't know if anyone cares, but Sam Johnson starts and the rest is, West Brom. Does anyone have those players?
Yeah, very unlikely. I'm guessing there's not a West Brom outfield player with higher than, 3-4% ownership. Ted, rotation for Southampton a little bit and quite a bit for West Ham as well. Danny Ings is the big headline in your game, I expect.
Yeah, Southampton haven't changed too much. The big one is Danny Ings comes back in, Shane Long dropping out. The other 2 changes are Romeu and Gineppo come back in, with Armstrong and Diallo missing out. So largely unchanged for Saints, which is good news for highly owned Southampton assets such as Shea Adams, McCarthy, Carl Walker-Peters. West Ham, we've got a lot of changes here, I'm afraid. The big ones from an FPL point of view are Kufal and Bowen that miss out. Fredericks comes in at right back. West Ham have changed to a back 4, which they tend to do occasionally depending on the opponent. So the big news is Balbuena is also out. He's out of the squad. He's not even on the bench. So hopefully that's just a rest. I know people are looking to Balbuena at 4.4 million for the double game week. So hopefully he comes back in next game week. Dawson comes in. Lanzini and Yarmolenko come in as well. 4 nows as well. But the big news is Antonio is back on the bench, which is great news for the double game week, which a lot of people are looking to bring him in for then.
If Andy is watching, he'll be very, very pleased about that. Guys in the chat, thank you all for joining us. Kev's with us. He's got 3 of them on. He's thinking about booting up the old laptop for the 4th. But more importantly, Kev, not only are you maybe watching all 4 games, but you're watching us. So thank you for joining us. We're getting asked a lot about the Spurs-Fulham game. We'll bring you up to date with that news if and when we hear it. We know that it's in doubt for tomorrow night. And I know loads of you out there got Kane and Son and captaincy there. Who's your vice-captain on? That would be a really interesting one this game week. Rich, team news for you at Brighton Arsenal. Brighton made quite a few changes. We don't quite know how they're going to line up.
Yeah, Brighton's really confused me. Arsenal were quite simple. So, Aubameyang has come back in as expected for Lacazette. And, the rest of the team, Arteta's left it exactly the same. So you've still got Smith Rowe and Saka and Martinelli as well. I don't think many people have those assets at the moment, but I know a lot of people are looking at Martinelli and Saka in the last couple of weeks. And yeah, like you mentioned, Brighton, it's an absolute nightmare. FPL wise, I don't think there's many assets people have because you've still got Ryan's still not starting. Obviously, Lamptey's injured. Morpay's dropped out the squad. Connolly's also out the squad. Welbeck's out the squad. Sorry, on the bench. Trossard's on the bench. Ben White's been dropped because I think he was playing right back in the last game and they brought Veltman back in.
Right wing back, Ben White played. He's been everywhere this season.
That was an odd one. And then he was at fault for the Soucek goal as well. But I'm not sure who's playing up front. I think it might be I can't pronounce this. You can do it, Gianni. You're good with.
I went with before we came live on air with Yannick Bash, but I think that's probably nowhere near the guy that scored the brilliant goal against Chelsea last season, and I think was on loan at Celtic. I want to say, I don't know. It was a big money, but I think they spent 15 million on him a couple of seasons ago, Brighton.
It's that goal that people remember him for. I mean, I think he must be up front with you got McAllister and Gross behind. That would be my prediction.
McAllister, the Argentinian. I love that. You just wouldn't think it.
No.
I'm sure he's from Scotland. So we're approaching kickoff now for the 4 games. Guys, quick predictions in your games. So Seb, I'm going to come to you. What are you going with for West Brom Leeds?
1-0 Leeds. Let's do a Big Sam to Big Sam.
Nice. Ted, what are you going with in your game? Southampton, West Ham.
I'm going to go 2-1 Southampton.
Good stuff. Rich?
Yeah.
I'm going to go 2-0 Arsenal. I think this Brighton team's strange. I mean, Brighton are hard to call, so are Arsenal. But yeah, let's go 2-0 Arsenal.
For those of you that watched, I should probably touch on Burnley Sheffield United. There's no massive news there. Chris Wood starts, Taylor starts for Burnley. Sheffield United as well. It's all about Brewster. Loads of you are relying on Brewster this week. He starts in a front 3 with McGoldrick and Mousset. That's going to be interesting. Slight shift in formation. Wilder always plays a front 2. It's still going with the back 3 and wing backs, but it looks like it's a front 3. It's perhaps a little bit more attacking from Sheffield United. I'm going for a 0-0 in my game. And if you watched the team reveal video with me on Fancy Football Scouts YouTube page a couple of days ago, I tipped that maybe Sheffield
There's a chance for Saints. Sorry.
Go on.
Jay Adams has just fluffed it right at the keeper. I think there was a possibility of him being offside. Yeah, he was just offside. The flag didn't go up and he hits it right into the keeper's arms. But he's 6 yards out, so he should do better.
Love that. Shay Adams. Loads of you have got Shay Adams, guys. Just back to a couple of my predictions. I went with maybe Sheffield United defence could be one to keep an eye on if you're looking for a differential 4.3 million Ampadu, for example. But also, and I said that really to get a reaction on the chat, and boy, did I get one. But also, Arsenal. Martinelli, Saka, these 2 guys are owned by 1% and 2.5% respectively. One's 5.1, one's 4.9. They're both starting. Arsenal may have turned a corner. I think they could become really good differentials. And who wants boring Souček like everyone else? So keep your eye on Saka, keep your eye on Martinelli. There's a chance here, and there looks like there's been a... Oh, wow, I thought there was a goal for Burnley. It was Ashley Barnes. Brilliant save by the looks of it from, it'll be Ramsdale in goal for Sheffield United. Just seeing the replay, and yeah, Ramsdale has done really well there. Burnley should have gone 1-0 up. The ball comes in over the top. It's a knockdown from Chris Wood. Ashley Barnes on the half volley, 7 yards out. Strong right arm from Ramsdale. But that Chris Wood-Barnes partnership, we know will cause issues.
Barnes has looked lively recently, hasn't he? I expect him to come back into form a little bit, I reckon.
Yeah, I think so. Nahal's in the chat said, seriously, you recommending Sheffield United defence? Probably not, to be honest. But I just think with their fixtures, if you're looking for Game Week 18 players, if you're not using a free hit then, they could be worse. Nihal, you're right. There's definitely better differentials out there. I'm not sure there are for midfielders at 5 million, though, than Saka. Really keen to know how he gets on tonight, Rich. So keep us updated on any Martinelli or any Saka movement. Aubameyang's up top for Arsenal tonight, Rich.
It looks like it. He's just had a shot. I mean, I want to say a shot, but it ended up in the keeper's arms. Not much has happened so far. I mean, it's mainly Arsenal, but I wouldn't call it. You know, they're not attacking. They're just knocking the ball around amongst themselves. I'm trying to work out the Brighton formation as well, but I think it's quite difficult when they've not got the ball.
Yeah, interesting to see if he goes with a back 4 or 3 with wing backs. Seb, speaking of back 4s or back 5s, the Leeds lineup, Dallas.
So we've got a back 4 at the moment. West Brom are playing 1 up front, as you might expect. So Dallas is firmly at right back. Calvin Phillips back in midfield. Although, as we know for Leeds, Dallas at right back could mean left wing in a moment, for all we know.
How good was your boy playing centre back at the weekend, slotting into that back Calvin Phillips?
Very, very, very impressive. He's done it a few times before, and obviously he does it when we're lining up. Even with the 4, he'll drop in as required following runners with the man marking system. But yeah, at the weekend, rather than, I guess, switching to the 3 at the back with defenders, as we've done in the past, we had Phillips very much playing that somewhere between half-back and libero role, dropping in. I thought he was brilliant. He was man of the match for me. We held on. There was a few shaky moments, but I don't think he put a foot wrong.
Guys, Sagnick in the chat has just let us know Magnus Carlsen has brought in Martinelli this week. So off the back of my scout video a couple of days ago, not only has Magnus Carlsen brought in Martinelli, but Saka's price went up. I couldn't believe it. So I'm absolutely loving that. Ted, any tweaks in formation for West Ham? Is it that back 4? Because Moyes has done quite well with a back 4. Went against that at the weekend and said, I went with the wrong formation, reverted back to his 4, and it's probably wise.
Well, Ben Johnson did okay at the weekend in a back 5, didn't he? Got his goal. But West Ham are a narrow back 4 at the moment. It's been all Saints, practically all of the possession, and West Ham cannot get out. They lose the ball, they kick it upfield, and Southampton win it back deep. And then they come again, another flow. So it's tight for West Ham. It's a contained 4-2-3-1, I think. But it's all Saints at the moment.
Nice, good stuff. Guys, in terms of what's happened this week, we obviously had the big postponement last night. Everton, Man City, and many of you guys in the chat would have had loads of assets, DCL, KDB, the Man City backline. There is, of course, talk of Spurs Fulham off tomorrow night. We'll find out more about that in the coming hours, maybe tomorrow. Just want to go round.
Shots! Oh! Danny Ings! Danny Ings has scored. Shea Adams assist.
Ooh. Already?
Yeah.
Doesn't take him long.
Locked up.
Oh, no, flag's up.
Is the flag up?
Yeah, they're going to check it. I think it might have been for Shea Adams in the build-up.
Oh, again, that happened at the weekend. Shea Adams in the build-up for an offside.
Oh, wow. No, I think he's on. I think he might be on.
Are they getting the lines out? I've just seen the ball comes over from the right. Shea Adams kind of into the box. Great hold-up play. Finds Danny Ings on the edge of the box. Oh,
I think Fredericks is playing him on. But yeah, it's a fine finish from Danny Ings, who wriggles through the centre-backs.
Guys, that goal from Ings, that is serious techers. Dancing feet on the edge of the box.
Was it outside the area?
He gets it outside the area on the edge.
Yeah, that's what he does, isn't it?
Thinks it through, and then he's about 8 yards out and just chimps it over. Okay. That looks on to me, Ted.
I can't believe that he's just so quickly called it offside. The lines didn't even come out. It looked very close. So clearly the VAR have made their decision already. It's been marked as offside.
Oh, really? I've just seen the replay. That looks on to me.
Yeah, it looked on.
Maybe it's a handball or something?
Maybe.
Wow.
This is the difficulty without the commentary, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, so we've not seen the lines on the TV. We've not seen the ref go over to a pitch-side monitor. Makes me think possibly there was a foul or a handball or something in the build-up, Ted. Because
I think you're right. I think it must have been a handball.
Not to get the lines out, wasn't it?
Yeah, he made the decision very quickly. So it must have been something else other than an offside because it was very tight. Yeah, I would imagine it was a handball in the build-up, but I'd like to see that again. It was a remarkable finish from Danny Ings. It's a shame to be ruled out. Yeah,
goal of the month, that.
Oh well.
For me, that's one that will get a goal of the month. It'll be up there for it'll be a contender for goal of the season, even if it was given.
Even if it was a goal, yeah.
It was actually a goal. So great start for Saints. Obviously, for overall rank, guys, none of us, I'm guessing, are on Shea Adams or Danny Ings.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I have got Shea Adams, but so I'm a bit disappointed that's been ruled out. But yeah, I'd like to see that. Just the replay of that again so I can work out what actually happened. I'm sure the commentator's screaming it, but I can't actually hear it. So annoying. You know what? With your game, Gianni, Brewster, I'm so excited. It's the one time that I actually am going to get him off the bench, and it would just be so FPL, wouldn't it? We've had such misery in the last few weeks with COVID and everything. It would be beautiful if Brewster can come on for all of those players, have him sitting on their bench.
I've thought this 3 or 4 times this season, Ted, and it's always 1 point.
I was going to
You're
say,
lucky he starts.
I was going to say, I just feel like if you get 2 off Brewster for getting 60, you've done well because he hasn't got 60 all bloody season. Oh,
it's a goal. I think we've got a goal.
No one's celebrating there. Is that an own goal from Sawyer's, Seb?
So yeah, it's been passed back to a goalkeeper who just isn't there.
Oh, it's been given,
and it's gone straight into the net. Yeah,
it's
no
Sawyer's.
one was celebrating. I thought that wasn't a goal, but yeah, that's 1-0 to Leeds.
What's happened? It's like a 30-yard pass back, and the keeper ignores it.
He's just turned round, passed it towards where the goalkeeper. We're seeing a replay now. So Calvin Phillips and Rodrigo. There's going to be no assist here. I think West Brom had the ball.
Oh my God!
Back comfortably into the defensive line. He's under pressure. He turns round. Without looking. So he turns around without looking, passes it to the centre of the goal. Johnston has come wide left and is just miles away. He just beautifully passes it into an open net.
Oh, Sawyers, what are you doing? But also, the goalkeeper's well out of position. So, there are...
Who do you blame there? Because, I mean, the goalkeeper... Okay, yeah, he's out left, but he's come...
Big Sam.
Big Sam wouldn't have you passing back to the goalkeeper. He's come left to be an option for Sawyers in possession, right?
Yeah.
But Sawyers hasn't looked, which, maybe you don't have to, but he doesn't know where his goalkeeper is, and he just passes it straight into the middle of the goal. they say never pass between the width of the posts.
Yeah, quite. And it wasn't the most sympathetic pass back. It was kind of, he nudged it a little bit too hard, so there wasn't even time for keeper to get back. Good pressure from Rafinha to force the pass back, I'd say, but no assist given, of course.
Yeah, I mean, you're even being generous there. We're pressing them all over, but he wasn't under that much pressure.
Yeah, wow. So the Hawthorns, it's West Brom 0, Leeds 1. That's our first goal of the night, and it is, of course, a massive own goal. That's one that makes those sort of blooper reels at the end of the season, right, Seb?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And Leeds are attacking again here. Had Dallas bringing the ball forward there, weaving his way through and putting it over to Rafinha for a cross that came to nothing. Got a corner, though. So far, West Brom had a little spell. Leeds have very much been on top. Probably what you'd expect. They're getting 5 or 6 dropping in. They seem to be giving us the wide areas, though. And, we're not amazing at crossing. Bamford isn't particularly dominant in the air. But what we do have is good interchanges in those wide areas. Rodrigo, Rafinha, Harrison all coming into those positions. I think we could create a few things here if they don't solve that.
Guys, little bit of drama from Turf Moor. I didn't see it myself. I was too busy watching Leeds. But yeah, Charlie Taylor, who is probably around, 8 to 10% owned, I'd have thought. He's gone off with what looks like a hamstring injury 10 minutes in. So single point there.
Oh, wow.
Seb, are you on Charlie Taylor?
I don't have him, but that's got just in this week where people were stretched anyway. They've lost players due to matches being called off, rotation. Then you get a player start and you lose him within 10 minutes.
Oh, don't worry about them, Seb. That's better for your overall rank if you've not got it.
He's still outscoring Reece James. He's outscoring Zuma. He's outscoring Soufal. He's outscoring Balbuena. So
I guess if they conceded 2 tonight, it's the same score, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair point. And yeah, although I can't see Burnley conceding 2 to Sheffield United, but pigs might fly.
Well, how's Brewster going to get his hat trick if they don't concede 2?
Yeah, quite. So
it's one of those game weeks where you're thankful for the 1 point, I think, from Charlie Taylor. I know it's facetious to some extent, but you're going to get stretched with your squad and your bench players. Every point counts. So trying to look on the upside for Charlie Taylor owners, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Rich, how's Brighton Arsenal looking? Arsenal after a win against Chelsea. This is a fairly good fixture for them, isn't it?
Arsenal look very, very comfortable here. I mean, we just had a shot over the bar from Jahanbakhsh, but that's really all Brighton have done. Aubameyang is central, but he's switched, a couple of times. He's gone out to the left, and then I think it's Martinelli who's gone more central.
Nice.
But yeah, they look comfortable, but not threatening at the moment.
Yeah, and of course, no Lamptey for Brighton.
No Lamptey. I mean, he was their main. I mean, I don't think they've got any assets we can look at the moment. I mean, it was starting to look like Welbeck might be, but
Sanchez in goal, yeah.
Oh, of course, Seb's on Sanchez, yeah, and there's a few on Danny Welbeck as well, who's on the bench tonight.
But Brighton are worried, even with the goalkeeper, I wouldn't feel comfortable that he's going to play every game. Like, it's Potter, isn't it? It's.
I mean, I think Potter's pretty much said that Ryan is, or at least given the impression that Ryan is gone. I wouldn't be surprised if they bring in a replacement. I wouldn't say Sanchez is the most nailed, and he's probably not the most nailed on for points either. My move for bringing him in was mostly circumstantial. Right price, had the right fixtures for what I needed, and we know Brighton's defence statistically has actually been pretty good. They've just conceded a few goals. Ryan was bottom of the XG prevented table. So I was kind of thinking, well, you take out the goalkeeper who's bottom with a good defence, maybe bringing in the goalkeeper that replaces him actually turns out well. It's not Martinez by any means, but I already have 3 Villa. So it was kind of making the most of what I had.
I was asked to come up with 3 must-haves for 2021 for the FPL show, which are broadcasting on Thursday. And one of them is Martinez. I feel like he's almost the most nailed, obvious pick this season, but the save points just keep on coming. He's remarkable.
Yeah, it's a good shout. I mean,
for his price, because we don't like spending much on keepers anyway.
Although his price is he not 4.9 even close
probably
to 5?
Is now. Yeah, he's probably 4.9 now.
Or he's going to go up to 5. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
So I mean, I think back when he was 4.5, absolutely.
Yeah.
Goalkeepers are a tough one. Clearly my goalkeeper decisions haven't been good this season, and if anything, I'd say my goalkeeper decisions are never that good. For whatever reason, it's a position I'm a bit blind to because it always just feels like get the cheapest I can and forget about it.
Yeah. Rich, am
Yeah,
I right in
that's the
thinking
way-
you're on 2 goalkeepers? Because I think me, Seb and Ted have all got set and forget. Have you got 2, Rich?
Yeah, so when Martinez had Villa had the blank, didn't they? That Newcastle game got called off. I brought in Johnston to rotate with him. I mean, obviously the week I needed him, he put up 0 points when they let in like 5 goals to Palace.
Yeah.
But yeah, because of COVID, I like having the 2 of them. And I knew I thought I'd be bench boosting them soon, but maybe I won't now. We'll have to wait and see, won't we? But yeah, I quite like that. And I think what Seb said, yeah, I like going for the cheapest possible normally.
Yeah.
And it only seems like a bad decision when you've got an annoying keeper that keeps putting up points like Pope last season, or what Martinez is doing this season. It's all relative, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
You just always seem to get these goalkeepers that just seem to get 9-10 points every week. And if you don't have them, it's really annoying because it's a lot of points.
Yeah, they can easily outperform the defenders. You can think, oh, I could cover Martinez by having, I don't know, Target.
Matt Target and Matty Cash are both decent options in defence, aren't they?
I've gone with Target and Martinez, and they've copped me 4 clean sheets in the last 5, the double up. But I don't think it's a double up I'll be playing much now with their fixtures. But
Yeah, the fixtures are getting tough, aren't they?
Yeah.
And maybe that's the benefit of Martinez. He's had 4 double-digit hauls on the trot, and we're all very happy to own him if we do own him. So Martinez seems like a good set and forget option. But at 5 million, if you had to pick a keeper from scratch, like right now at these days' prices, I'd probably go Lloris. I've got a bit of a love-in for Lloris at the moment because Spurs are like they're going to be top 4, I reckon, this season. But the style that they play is so defensive that they're going to attract shots on goal, and Lloris is going to be a contender for those save points and the bonus points if they keep it low scoring every week. So if I was picking a goalkeeper right now, it would be Lloris because Martinez fixtures are tough. But at 4.5 at the start of the season, I completely agree with you. Martinez was a great shout. I think just not necessarily because of the fact that he plays for Villa, because Villa last season, their defence was pretty atrocious. But the fact that he's such a quality goalkeeper just in general, and how he was probably left out at Arsenal over Leno. He's excellent. He's an excellent shot stopper, and people have brought him in for that reason. He's been an excellent FPL asset this season.
Seeing as I like my goalkeepers cheap. Oh, a lead's in here. Oh, not sure if that was onside, but it's come to nothing anyway. Click running through, trying to lay Bamford. Yeah, I think it might have been offside if it had arrived. Goalkeeper I fancy going forwards is Johnston, West Brom. Watching it now, but as long as he stays in his goal and doesn't step too far left. He's nice and cheap, and I always like them cheap. And if Sam Allardyce is going to impose his style, I think you're going to see 0-0s, 1-0s quite often.
Yeah, certain managers you always identify with keeping clean sheets in FPL. Sean Dyche historically was one, and Tony Pulis was another, but Big Sam too. They're 3 that no matter who they're managing, you just look at. Guys, in the Burnley-Sheffield United game, I'm having a few issues. I've got Burnley playing in kind of their away strip, which is pink, and Sheffield United in pink. Go on, Ted.
Sorry, there's been a chance for West Ham and it hasn't come to anything, but crikey, Dawson has absolutely kicked Shea Adams in the face there while he's been on the ground, and luckily he's back up, but he took it right on the chin there. If you watch it back, it's it's a cringe-worthy moment, I'd say.
And we had Walcott look like he had a bit of a hamstring strain, but he played on, didn't he, Ted? He's looking all right, Walcott?
I think so, yeah. He's up and about and running, so he seems okay. I'll keep an eye on him, though. Poor Shea Adams, that's a kick in the face.
Oh, with no Soufal in the team, Rich, at Southampton, West Ham, I just saw a free kick. Cresswell on the left, it was on the right of the box. Cresswell didn't take it, but Declan Rice did. That's set pieces, Declan Rice.
He's hit 1 or 2 in the past, hasn't he, I think?
I don't know, has he? Direct, I think he has. Indirect, I'm not so sure.
Oh, my mistake. I thought you meant direct. Yeah.
Sorry, no, it was a cross. Yeah.
I guess we'd expect Soufal to be back, in the next the next game, won't we?
Oh, sorry, Rich. Yeah. I forgot you weren't on the Southampton West Ham game. That's obviously
no. I did wonder why you were asking me. I just went along with it.
Oh, sorry, Ted. Guys in the chat, loads of you are feeling sorry for yourself, and rightly so. I am too. And El Fozzie, unbelievable game week. Lost KDB and DCL. Zuma rested. Now Taylor. And he took a hit to replace Vestergaard. You wouldn't be an FPL manager if you didn't feel like you were the luckiest guy alive, right? So I'm the same. I've got 6 players across the 2 fixtures if you include Spurs, Fulham, if that's called off. Seb, chance for you at the Hawthorn?
Yeah, when close. I wouldn't say it won't show up as a chance because it was never quite a shot, but a good ball in across the area. This is the chance for West Brom, and just about cleared away by Dallas, but nearly arrived.
Good stuff, guys. We'll be bringing you up to date with team news as well in the game later between Wolves and United. We'll be getting that in the next sort of 40 minutes. And Daniel Banks, you've asked a very good question. Sorry if this has been asked and it hasn't. What's Gianni and what are you guys doing with your chip strategy in game week 18? We will be letting you know in half time. That is going to be our dedicated 12 to 15 minutes on chip strategy. So do stay tuned because loads of you guys flood in at halftime that aren't watching now, and for those that you're with us, please stay with us if you're interested in that conversation in the next 30 minutes.
So that West Brom corner has just come in. Didn't look like any danger at all, but we've missed it. Melies flapped a little bit, I think there. Just about cleared it away, but if we're going to concede, do you think that's how it's going to happen?
Seb, you're pretty lucky at the weekend to keep a clean sheet, right? The amount of set pieces Burnley put you under pressure. Melier, I don't know how he got a free kick on him for that Ben Mee challenge.
Yeah, that was fortunate. The one that then Barnes, was that where Barnes then turned around and scored it, but it had been a foul?
I think it was
that probably either should have been a goal or a penalty, to be fair. But I think beyond that, everyone knows we're not great at set pieces. I think we did as well as could have been expected under those circumstances. And Melier did flap at a few things, but he stayed on his line before and let our, short players deal with things. I'm glad he came out and tried to claim things. He deliberately went for punches. Yeah, it kept it out of the net. It's probably not sustainable, but it kept it out of the net for that match.
You've been generous there. He was a trier. I thought he was dreadful under the high ball, Seb. I mean, it's the European way, isn't it? You come and punch, and I guess he's a kid still, so we've got to cut him some slack. But one of my favourite things to do is dig out goalkeepers. So, here we are.
Just goes to show, doesn't it, that predicting clean sheets is pretty predominantly based on the attacking team that they're playing against. So the Burnleys, the Palace, the West Broms of this world, if you're playing against them, you've got a good chance of a clean sheet, irrelevant of Leeds being leaky at the back. Everyone's got a chance to keep a clean sheet when you're playing against those sort of teams.
Yeah, fair point. Guys, in terms of around the ground scores, it's 0-0 in all the games other than West Brom Leeds at the Hawthorns. We've seen an own goal. No attacking returns yet for your Bamfords or Rafinhas or Dallases. It was an own goal from Sawyers. Pretty comedy it was. So we will be keeping you up to date with the goals ahead of, hopefully, chance for you, Seb?
Not quite. Another miss kick in the West Brom defence. And Bamford, I thought he was in, but he lacked the pace to get away. Maybe he's a little bit wide, and we've just recycled possession now. But you'd say on both sides. I've seen a replay of that Melier coming out and punching the ball. You're right, it wasn't great. He's originally being challenged, but he manages to get away from the challenge, so he's completely free. Goes to punch it, and it just it hits this part of his arm.
God, Leno nearly got caught out there. He's doing keepy-uppies in his own area. I don't know what he's doing. McAllister, he could. It's a corner now, but McAllister could have just stolen it off Leno, who was doing keepy-uppies, and it would have been 1-0. That's been the most exciting part of the game so far.
Skander's watching Leeds. Seb, could you let us know your time code so Skander can sync with you?
No problem. 22, 53, 54, 55.
Same as me. Exact same.
Ted?
Yeah, same.
Love that. Header there. Is that Webster for Brighton that won the header? But Arsenal look like they've cleared it, Rich, from that corner.
I actually did miss it. I was looking at the timestamps and then, sorry.
Yeah, no. It was a corner came in from
the corner after Leno's.
Yeah.
I didn't see it, actually.
I mean, they're a real threat for set pieces because you've got Webster, but Dan Burn is playing tonight as well. And Lewis Dunk. Like, that's 3 really good headers of a football.
It is. I mean, obviously, they still couldn't stop Souček scoring the other day. But yeah, I mean, they've got tall players. But I mean, this has been pretty drab so far. It's just most of it's been just in the midfield. There's not really been many chances. That Leno doing keepy-uppies was the most exciting part of the game so far.
In the Burnley-Sheffield United game, guys, just looking at the way Sheffield United have lined up, and they're playing in pink, and obviously Burnley are in their claret, so it's not the easiest game to watch. We've got Bruce. You've got a front three from Sheffield United for the first time, I think, since they've been in the Premier League. I don't remember if they've ever played a three under Wilder in the Premier League. And Brewster's playing on the right. It looks like McGoldrick on the left and Mousse as the number 9. We're waiting for Ollie Burke to hopefully come in and get me some points. He's on the bench. He's been struggling a bit. But yeah, Brewster watch, still nothing. We'll keep you up to date on him. I know loads of you have got him on your bench. I'm going to have to check, actually. What is the ownership of Brewster? Shall we all have a guess without looking? I'll start us off. I'm going to say he's owned by 16%.
16.
Yeah, Seb, go on.
I was going to say like 5. Now you've made me want to go higher. I'll go 9%.
Ted?
Yeah, I wasn't going to go as high as 16. I'll go about 10%.
Rich?
I think it's about 4%.
Oh, okay.
See, if it's 4, I'm going to be mad because I was going to say 5. I've said 9. Gianni, I'm too much faith in you.
It's 7. So I think Rich takes it by 1 or Seb takes it by 1?
I was 9. You were you 4 or 5?
Seb takes it.
Okay.
6.7.
You still got it anyway.
How have I got that so wrong? Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, mate. It's not you doing an FPL stream or anything.
I think a lot of people started with Burke because Brewster he was playing for Liverpool, wasn't he, when the season started? So
yeah.
I think that's why it's lower than we think.
I had Burke. I liked that 4.5. If he's going to play, he was going to play up front. Just turns out no one was going to score goals. But I thought if someone was, he might.
Almost a chance for Souček. The ball comes in from West Ham, wide area. It was flicked on by Haller, and Souček just misses out from the goalkeeper.
It was a header, was it, Ted?
No. It was a flick on from Haller from the free kick, and then the ball bounces along to Souček, who doesn't quite get there. The goalkeeper gets there just in front of him.
Breaking news: Souček just had an effort on goal with his feet.
No, he didn't. Sadly, he didn't. He just missed out.
Okay, but he went for it with his foot. Okay,
He did.
Have you seen his heat maps? It's full in the DM area, and then a massive red spot on the penalty area as well. It's great.
Yeah, I saw them and I was like, Souček's not on pens. Oh, of course, it's the set piece headers. So who are the Souček owners amongst the group? Seb, you're on him. Rich?
Yep.
No?
I've had 3 opportunities to get him, including this week, and I've gone without. And
Good lad.
The biggest reason I did it was, first of all, it's a bit boring, but also I thought because they were playing 4 at the back again, I was told by West Ham fans they'd be sitting a lot deeper.
Yeah.
So I just saw him as a version of Zuma, basically, a set piece threat. But obviously, like Seb says, he does still get these touches in the box. And he seems to score at the most convenient moment for his owners. And
he does, doesn't he? He's one of them.
Yeah.
Every time owners are thinking of selling him, he comes up with a goal. He's...
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he'll score a few, but I don't know. He kind of bores me. So I went for Ben Rama over him. I had to get rid of him, and now I've gone for Harrison. He's only a little bit more now.
Okay.
You chose Harrison over Rafinha.
He's got Rafinha.
I've got Harrison, Rafinha, and Bamford.
Of course you have.
Yeah,
You've got the 3. Oh, fair play.
Leeds triple
and
up.
there's been an own goal. Yeah, brilliant.
I've gone Lookman, and I'm switching to Saka next week. But I've got Lookman in a fixture that probably isn't. Well, may or may not happen. We just don't.
I like that pick. I think Saka will be definitely in my team for the free hit 18.
Is that what you're doing, Ted? Free hit 18. Look forward to discussing that one in 10.
Spoiler alert. Yeah, well, shut up now.
Arsenal have a free kick about a yard outside the box. It's on the right-hand side. I think it's either going to be Xhaka or Smith Rowe. I think it's going to be Xhaka taking it.
He scored a free kick against Chelsea.
It's really far to the right-hand side, to be fair.
It was a beauty as well, wasn't it?
Go on, Seb.
Shaka
just when you said he scored there
over the bar. No, he just over the bar.
Just over the bar. One of my guilty pleasures is AFTV, Arsenal Fan TV, and they really rip into Xhaka. He scores the goal and they're all celebrating, going, "Fair play, even Xhaka played well." And I thought, yeah, you must have hated that, guys. Oh, chance for Sheffield United, cleared off the line. Did it cross the line? Brewster's one of the ones appealing. I don't know who won the header.
Look at Ted.
Oh, McGoldrick, Brewster, Osborne, all surrounding the referee. It's a set piece. I don't think it crossed the line, and the score still says 0-0, and the ref obviously will get a buzz if it did. But it's Brewster who runs over, so I'm guessing it was him that won the header. Comes in, it was Brewster, and it's definitely cleared off the line. Brewster is appealing for a handball on the line. It doesn't look like it hits the hand. But yeah, it's definitely Brewster, and it hits the top of the arm. Hits the...
So who's on penalties for Sheffield United?
Lundstrom's not playing. He's been on a pen and missed.
I don't know if they've had one
Norwood's
recently enough
not
for me to
playing.
know for sure. Yeah.
Norwood
gonna
last
say-
season, Lundstrom this season. Neither on the pitch today.
You've got to think Bruce is down in the pecking order for penalties. I'm not giving my hopes up for
Could
that.
McGoldrick take one? Experienced campaigner?
I'm looking at Neil's list, on the scout.
I mean-
so he's got Sharp, Norwood, Sanderberg, then Lundstrom,
None of them are playing.
and then it runs out. Like, as in he's only put the top four.
I reckon we'd see.
Osborne.
Yeah, I don't know. Another kid. I reckon we'd see McGoldrick stand up to be counted, or maybe didn't Lise Mousset take one for Bournemouth?
You've got to back one of the strikers. When there's not a penalty taker on the pitch, you've got to back one of the strikers.
Kev said Burge, but no, Burge isn't on the pitch. But you're right. It would be Burge if he was on the pitch. It would be Lundstrom if he was. If not, Ollie Norwood, of course, was on them all last season. He's not getting a look in this season.
And they don't get many, do they? That's probably.
They don't get into the opposition's penalty box. That's a big issue, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it doesn't help. Yeah.
Seb, chance.
Oh, Alioski scores. It's a ball comes into the area. It's cleared out, not brilliantly. Alioski had all the time in the world. It's one of those when he's running up and you're like, I can see where this needs to go and I know you're going to fluff it. He didn't fluff it.
Assist?
Straight into the top corner. I don't know if we'll get one because it was a ball that came into the area and was cleared.
Seb, do you remember when I DM'd you about 6 weeks ago and said I'm going to buy Alioski and you told me not to? He scored twice since then in 4 games.
Okay, 4.4 million. His attacking.
Oh, it's a Bamford assist.
Oh, Is he actually?
It came off the back of his head. I don't know if it's given.
I thought that might have been a West Brom clearance.
Oh, okay.
I've got replay coming now. No, it's not hit Bamford. It's hit the defender that was just in front of Bamford. That's a great finish.
Yeah, it's not an assist for Bamford, sadly.
Boo. That was, as Nihau has said in the chat, an absolute peach of a strike. Froda said pocket rocket. What a hit from the Macedonian left back. He can hit him, can't he, Seb?
We just need Luke Ayling to score a goal now, please. And yeah, Alioski, he's got a strike. And he's missed some sitters in his time too. But before, during Leeds, he was on penalties at his previous club. If you ever want to go see some highlights of great penalties, he will just absolutely leather them into either corner. Never anything else.
Goal for Burnley.
Goal for Burnley in my game. Wow, okay, I'm waiting to see that. It is 1-0 Burnley. So Sheffield United, the team I said maybe could keep a clean sheet, have scored. Is it going to be Chris Wood? Is it going to be
He's the
Barnes?
popular one, isn't he?
Ben Mee, I think. Ben Mee.
Oh, that'll be a set-piece header. Not like Burnley to score from a set-piece. I'm just seeing it now. And yeah, it looks like it's Brady on the corner. Ball comes in. It's Brady off his left foot. Ben Mee, 6-7 yards out. Sheffield United, by the way, I think have conceded the most goals from set-pieces this season. And that's yet another one. Dyche is happy, but Chris Wilder absolutely fuming. Good header from Ben Mee, and it will go down as a Brady assist.
But anyone thinking... Oh, sorry, please go on.
Typical Burnley goal, that one, isn't it? They're just so strong from the set pieces. They've got those big, tall defenders coming up for those set pieces. They could stick them in the back of the net. I think Ramsdale had just made a decent save from I can't remember who it was, but it looked like a decent save. So Ramsdale looks like he's busy at the moment in the back of that Sheffield.
Yeah, I mean, he denied Barnes in the first couple of minutes. El Fozzy, can you give the assist to Taylor? Sorry about that. Remember, Taylor went off after 9 minutes. Heartbreak for FPL owners, especially if Burnley go on to keep a clean sheet. Burnley have been playing pretty well in recent weeks. I thought they were really unlucky against Leeds not to get that equaliser. And Sean Dyche's men, although they haven't kicked off yet, and the camera's on the ref. I think the ref might be going over to check this. Look, it's a typical goal from a corner. There is a lot of pushing and shoving. But no, it looks fine.
Foul on the goalkeeper, potentially, maybe.
Oh, fouls on goalkeepers, and we saw that with obviously Meslier. We talked about that. I think it's fine. And no, they've not started yet, actually. So the goal was scored 2-3 minutes ago. It is Burnley 1, Sheffield United 0, but I think VAR are still having a look. But yeah, Ben Mee. I don't think there's many of us with Ben Mee or Sheffield United defenders, so the clean sheet wipeout won't be annoying to too many. Looks like Tarkowski's got a bit of a knock. He's going off for some treatment. He is walking off though. Yeah. Okay, I'll keep you up to date. If the goal... Oh, no, they've carried on. It's fine. We're good. Burnley 1, Sheffield United 0. So that's
got a
the
corner for West Ham. Corner for West Ham. It's coming in. Oh, it's cleared away by Saints. Well, there's a bit of a foul on McCarthy, and it's cleared. So, and the ref awards a foul to Southampton.
Good stuff. Okay, so we've got 2-0 leads against West Brom. We've got Southampton 0, West Ham 0. Burnley 1 at Turn for More, Sheffield United 0. Brighton 0, Arsenal 0. So Seb, your game's got more action than most. Has Bamford had a sniff? Because
not really.
35% owned or whatever he is. We all need a Bamford goal.
Yeah, indeed, especially this week. He's not really had much, although I'd back us to get a few more. West Brom don't look great. They're kind of maybe torn between trying to do what they did to Liverpool and actually then trying to play themselves a bit. We've had 67% possession, which is a lot, but about par for the course for us. But whenever they do drop in to do those, 2 banks of 5 or whatever they're trying to set up with, they are leaving a fair bit of space, which we're taking advantage of. I think, like I say, they want to push higher up than they did against Liverpool, but they're not really set up to do it.
Chance for Saints. It was Danny Ings again. It was a crossing from Kyle Walker-Peters, and Danny Ings flicked it towards goal, right into the keeper's arms. But Saints look really dynamic at the moment, really, really threatening.
We don't want Kyle Walker-Peters getting an assist for overall rank. He must be on 8%.
Chance for Leeds.
Oh, wow.
Bamford assist, Harrison goal.
Harrison!
Yes.
Get in, Rich! Talk us through it, Seb.
Lovely play. So just like I was saying a moment ago, they're trying to set up to be solid, but leaving so much space. A ball comes in, Bamford holds it up lovely. We've got a replay coming up here. Alioski bringing it down the left. It's worked inside. It's all Harrison, really. He brings it inside. Bamford comes short. He holds it for a second, plays it through to Harrison, who cuts back on himself, and top corner.
Wow.
Easy to be honest. The defense aren't really following it.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. Brighton are really on top here at the moment. They've just had a few chances in a row. There's been a goalmouth scramble. McAllister's just blasted it over the bar. Brighton are actually on top.
Seb, that goal's definitely been given, right?
Oh yeah, we've kicked off and everything.
Okay, fine.
Why Gianni?
Yeah, sorry.
Had a goal and an assist. Are you sure?
I know, that's the goal assist and definitely some bonus points coming away as well. That would be a massive swing. Oh, chance for Brewster. Good save, Pope. Edge of the box from Brewster, half volley. Fairly comfortable for Pope. It's a shot on target from Brewster, which is more than he's done in the last, 20 game weeks.
I can just feel it. I can feel Brewster. And as this game goes on, my hair's going to get a little bit more like crazy with the chance of a Brewster goal. Come on.
I tell you what, that Harrison goal was really well taken. Leeds 3, West Brom 0. At some point, Seb, are we going to start talking about Leeds players because of the chances they get and the goals they're starting to score? Are we going to start talking about Bamford as a captaincy option?
I know a few people have captained him today. The only thing I'd say is...
Leno saved. Brighton should be winning this. Sorry, continue, Seb.
Same as most weeks, right? Brighton look like they should be winning and then they don't.
Yeah, we've heard that before. Who was it, Rich?
Good question. So the first one, Bernardo missed a shot. I'm just watching the replay now. Then it comes back in, and I can't pronounce his name. It's Jahambakash, we go with.
Lovely.
Leno makes... it was quite a routine save, but really the ball in before, I think that should be, at least on target. I think Bernardo probably should have scored.
Seb, I've just seen
Alioski's got blood down his face. Yeah, he'll be fine. I'm guessing it's just a cut.
Looks like a murder, like a horror film. What's going on?
It's Alioski. He's probably done something he shouldn't have done.
Alioski is one of... So the reason I kind of liked Alioski, Seb, this is why I DM'd you, and I said it was 6 weeks ago. I think it was probably about 4, because he has had 2 goals since, and I'm not forgetting that.
It was when he first started at left back.
It was when he first started at left back.
Before we knew our centre-backs were out injured. So the reason I said don't, backtracking very quickly here, is realistically our first choice left back is Dallas, our first choice right back is Eiling, and then we have the centre-backs. So it's only because of the injuries that Alioski is consistently being playing at left back. Now we know that the centre-backs are out for a bit longer, so maybe it does continue. And maybe with his form, it will continue anyway. Maybe Dallas goes into midfield or something. The only thing is that Eiling and Dallas are always in the team. Yeah. They will not be dropped. So if all the centre-backs are fit and Eiling and Dallas are fit, I think you're going to see Alioski dropped. But for now, half chance for West Brom. Ball came into the area, it fell, but they couldn't really do anything with it. Is it going to come here? No, hit over the bar. Not really a great chance, but a little confusion in our area again. But yeah, I think Alioski is an option until we get the rest of our defence back, and then you just need to make sure you've got someone to cover for him on the bench. Yeah. Although if he'll probably come off the bench. He usually comes off the bench if he doesn't start. So
Yeah.
watch out for those 1-pointers. But can't argue now, with clean sheets, couple of goals. It was a good choice if you made it 4 weeks ago.
Any left back that wears number 10 has got my vote. Guys, in that West Brom game, it is Leeds 3, West Brom 0, and Bamford, just to confirm, did get the assists. We've got a goal from Harrison, a goal from Alioski. Only one assist has been given this evening in that game for the 3 goals, because there was the own goal in there as well, and it is Bamford. So currently, Bamford is on for a bonus point, but we'll start talking bonus points slightly later.
Which is great, considering he might not have even started tonight. There was rumours he might have been benched. But Seb, I think you were on Twitter saying that he was, Leeds aren't going to rotate too often.
We weren't. This same team will play again whenever our next match is, as long as everyone is fit. We do change things if we need to change shape, as we've explained a few times, for a number of strikers, and we'll obviously change things for fitness. But I don't. Oh, it's 4. It's Rodrigo.
Is that
It's
Rodrigo.
It's Rodrigo. He's number 20.
Rodrigo.
Oh,
It's taken a massive deflection.
I think that's a click assist, is it, Seb? Does the cross come
Mate,
from
I wasn't.
click?
I wasn't even quite watching. I was talking. It comes from the right, so you'd think Dallas or Click.
Please no Dallas.
I think it looks
So
like it's
we're
Dallas,
we're working the ball out of defence here. Rodrigo comes and gets it quite deep, and again, it's just Rodrigo, the goal scorer, has come and got it deep. They're just not tracking any of our runners.
Yeah, it's a Dallas, I think.
No, it's Click.
No, it's
Click.
not.
Dallas plays it back to Click. Click cuts
Dallas
it
to
across.
Click, yeah.
And Johnston's going to save that easily. Rodrigo goes to place it. Johnston's going to save it, and it just takes a massive deflection off.
Seb, I'm not sure that's going on target. What do you reckon?
You reckon that's going wide?
I don't know.
I think it's on target, but I think he's got it comfortably.
It's going towards the post. It's like, I think it will be given as a goal because it's so close for them to rule it out as an own goal. But I don't know. I'm not convinced that's going in.
I think it's on target.
I just saw one view, which is
It would affect the assist as well, wouldn't it?
yeah. It would be no assist, and then the assist would be given to Rodrigo. Yeah.
This is probably quite a good moment to answer your question for you from.
Chance for West Ham. It was Fredericks about 6 yards out, straight into the goalkeeper's hands again. That's been the story of this game. It was a nice build-up play down the right from West Ham, from Yarmolenko, who crosses it in, and it's a header from Lanzini, and he's about comes to Fredericks about 6 yards out and just headers it tamely into McCarthy's hands.
Oh, good stuff, guys. I've just seen Alioski got his yellow card there, Seb, and he's still got his bloodied nose. So just for an update, we've got Brighton 0, Arsenal 0, Burnley 1, Sheffield United 0, Southampton, West Ham is goalless, and West Brom Leeds is at 4-0 already after 41 minutes. You're watching Scoutcast Match Day. Please do like this video, please do comment, and if you don't subscribe already to the Fantasy Football Scout members area, check it out. It's like the price of a couple of beers for a year of incredible data, and all the stats we're using tonight are from there. So we're all members. Check it out. Any action for you, Rich? Because it seems like Arsenal haven't produced any big chances, which we expected them to.
They haven't. I mean, I thought Aubameyang had a shot on target earlier, but looking at the stats, it's not been given. So the only shot they've had was that Xhaka free kick that went over the bar, which was just on the edge of the area. So, I mean, no, they had some good early possession, but they've just not looked attacking at all. I mean, Brighton have had the much better chances. Much better chances. I mean, I can see Brighton have had 8 shots.
Wow.
Free kick to Saints. Sorry to interrupt you, Rich. Free kick to Saints.
James
just
Ward-Prowse?
on the edge. No, it was just been given. Shea Adams has been brought over, so it will be an assist if this is scored directly. But it's right on the edge of the box. Rich, go on.
James Ward-Prowse, this is territory, isn't it, Ted? Like, it's kind of
absolutely.
It's kind of fairly central, but only 20 yards.
Yeah, he's James Ward-Prowse is the master of free kicks this season. He's upped his game. It really is a decent opportunity for Ward-Prowse. So it might be vindication for the Shea Adams shocking miss against Fulham that the spin of the ball took it away from him. So fingers crossed this can be an assist for Adams.
His conversion rate from the last year or something was something like 11%, which is ridiculous. I think average is like 2 or 3%. It's crazy how good he's got at those.
Yeah. We'll wait and see. We're just waiting on it.
He hits the ball like Beckham. There's not many that hit the ball with that sort of the same angle as Beckham used to take and the whip he'd get. Many go for the kind of knuckleball approach, but yeah, the spin he gets on it is so Beckham-esque.
I think he's better than Beckham. It's It's remarkable. When you watch the corners come in, he just gets such height and it comes down so quickly. It's a remarkable technique.
If anything, this is slightly too close for him, Ted, would you say? If he was to place the ball anywhere, he'd have it another 3 or 4 yards back, because it's like a yard from the 8. It's like 19 yards out, isn't it?
He's coming in. Oh, no, it goes over the bar. He's gone for the goalkeeper's side, and it's, as you say, he's just too close. He can't get that whip. He can't get the top spin.
I'm loving Fornals, Ted. He's lying under the wall. Why are we only just seeing that in the last few weeks in the Premier League?
Yeah, it's like a light switched on in everyone's brains, and they have one person's lying down in the back of the wall. Well, it makes perfect sense because, there's a possibility it could go under the wall, but we haven't seen many free kicks that are going under the wall. Maybe that's because they're being deterred from this tactic.
Yeah. Just had a long range shot from Rafinha. Sam Johnson saves it relatively easy in the end. But just another one where so much space all the time to get a shot off and a good save.
James Richardson's asked, any news on the Matip injury timescale? Yeah, there is. Today, I think we saw 2-3 months. So again, another Liverpool centre-back injured. They will be no doubt going into the transfer market very, very soon. But yeah, Matip is out. If you own him in FPL, that's a red flag for a while. Sell. You did get a return off him, though, if you bought him in for last week.
Maximum bonus as well. It was
Good. Did he get the max bonus?
Yeah, he came off 59.22, didn't he? And he didn't get the second appearance point. He still got maximum bonus, which is incredible.
So did he get the clean sheet points? No,
he didn't. No.
Yeah.
No.
They've it's half time here. They literally played 7 seconds of stoppage time. That's the game I've been watching. 7 seconds.
Even the ref wants it done.
Yeah.
Love that. We've got 2 added minutes at West Brom Leeds because of the 4 goals, I guess. 30 seconds for each goal.
And a little break for Alioski to get cleaned up, I think. And just before we get to half time, you asked about captain for Leeds. I know a few people have captained Bamford today, and they've got an assist so far, and we'll hope for more. I'd say the only thing with Leeds is that the points are so spread around, and you see it tonight: 3 different goal scorers, an own goal, and 2 different assisters. When you want to captain someone, you maybe want that, Danny Ings, where he's going to be involved most of the time. At Leeds, Harrison, Rodrigo, Rafinha, the fullbacks, Bamford, obviously. I think it would be hard to pick who it is that's going to be your captain. By all means, try it, but maybe not as much as another team that has like a talisman.
Would you not say, I know recently we're seeing a share of points, Seb, because we're seeing more goals, but if you look from game week 1 to now, Bamford's been head and shoulders. You could argue he's the talisman, could you not? I mean, now he's on pens as well. That makes him way more attractive.
I'll give you the pens point. I think going forwards though, we're going to get points from more areas with Rodrigo and Rafinha now in, who weren't at the beginning of the season. Also, Bamford scored that hat trick. If you take that out, maybe you want more than 1 goal for a captain. You take it, of course, but really you're looking for those double points hauls. He also will miss out on bonus fairly often because of shots off target. We know he's not the most clinical. He will drop those points. Yeah.
Good thing about Bamford is, and I guess just Leeds in general, is they are scoring so many goals now, which is nice. That we always knew they create loads of chances, but we're starting to score more goals, which is great.
If anything, over captaining, I'd almost say, go like Rich's route and grab a couple of them and get involved in the points, at least while we've got, fixtures and some form.
Yeah, and a potential double. Yeah, I mean, I'd personally, I've tripled up on their attack, but I wouldn't captain one of them. But they're so cheap. I'm happy having them in my team. And
do you feel like you're missing out on one of the fullbacks?
No, because I always feel like there's that fear of getting minus points, like we had with Ayling. I mean, I know Ayling's been playing at centre back. I did notice that Alioski's stats were slightly better. I think it was his XGI was slightly better than Dallas's over, I can't remember the period of time. But like you said, he's, if he drops out the team, he's going to be useless for bench boost. And I'd almost feel like I'm wasting a Leeds spot. How mad does that sound? But I want my 3 Leeds players to be nailed. 2
good fixtures for the double for Leeds in 19, and actually I think the half-time whistle was gone at 3 of the games. Teddy, you on half-time as well?
Yeah, just before the half-time whistle blew, there was a chance for Lanzini in the penalty area. He flew it over the bar. Earlier, I failed to say that there was a booking for Bertrand. I'm not sure he's a fairly highly owned FPL asset, but still, if anyone owns him, I'm afraid there's a booking there. West Ham have had their chances, but they've not been able to finish very well. But mainly, it's been Saints with the possession, and they've looking the livelier team overall.
We've got Loughton booking at Burnley as well. They are on for the clean sheet. It's 1-0 Burnley, Sheffield United 0, Brighton 0, Arsenal 0, Southampton 0, West Ham 0, and 4-0 to Leeds over West Brom. Guys, loads of you are joining us. You've been watching the football. I'm sure many of you are getting ready for the Wolves United game. We'll have team news on that in 10 minutes. It's time to discuss our chip strategies, and we've only got 15 minutes, so we're going to keep it quick. We've, of course, seen the postponement of the Everton City fixture last night. We've seen that tomorrow night's game between Spurs and Fulham is in doubt. That raises alarm bells for me, and I was never fully committed to using a free hit in game week 18 and 19. Seeing those makes me even more likely to hold on to that chip. Guys, what do we reckon? Rich, seeing those cancellations, does that make us want to, or postponements, does that make us want to hold on to that free hit slightly longer, or are you committed to a strategy already?
I've got deja vu because I remember last time when this whole thing happened back in March, I'd done a big hit to plan for a blank game week that never happened. What I've done this week is I want to use bench boost no matter what, and I've done a -8. I got in Bamford and Harrison for a -8 because I was preparing for this double game week. I want to use the bench boost, get it done with.
Yeah.
But obviously now I'm thinking, and I had this perfect plan in place where I'm going to move Kilman to a defender next week and free hit and then bench boost. And yeah, I feel like it's a bit all up in the air now. I mean, we can have games moved into 17, into 18, potentially. I mean, Ben Crellin obviously knows a lot more than I do, but it just feels like there's so much uncertainty now.
Yeah.
That my truthful answer is I don't know now. Like, I want to get rid of the bench boost, and I just hope I've got an opportunity to do it. Because I find that chip is so annoying. It's hard enough having 11 starting players at the moment, let alone 15. So I just want it out of the way with. And part of me wishes, and I might do it next season, just do it game week 1, bench boost game week 1.
Yeah, I remember you talking about it early in the season that it was an option for you to use early, and you were close to doing it. Okay, so you're going with the free hit bench boost in 18-19. Yeah. Seb, what are your thoughts, and have they changed?
So I think Rich has covered there that we're kind of going to have to go with it a little bit. So my original plan, which I'm largely sticking to, I used the first wildcard a while ago. So I have set my team up for 18. I have 10 players playing and Kilman, so maybe 11. And decent players too. It'll be 3 City at the time. It'll be a couple of Spurs. And then I will free hit in 19. But it means I have a decent team coming out of that free hit as well. And then I will build from there. I will probably lose Fernandes or Salah for Son, or maybe Kane, depending with a couple of transfers, and then bring them back in again. Obviously, if everything goes to pot, I don't have to use that free hit. I'm not going to use it until the last moment, so we know if fixtures are going ahead or not. But I would say I'm pretty locked into that, and I've made my transfers deliberately for it. I, funnily enough, brought in Dyer this week because I've got Souček on the bench. I was happy to play Souček this week, but then looked at some of the stats in the scout members area, and Southampton were bottom for set piece chances conceded, so top for defending from them. And I thought, well, if I'm going to bring in Dyer anyway, it's not going to cost many points. I would have saved a transfer. I'll just do it this week so I can bench Souček. So I'm getting Souček in anyway. But I'm content with where my team is. I think it can cover anything other than, the free hit week 19 for me completely changing.
Yeah, and Vestergaard, of course, is out for Southampton, which he's been a massive plus for them on those set pieces. Cool. So very similar strategy to me, Seb, which I'll come to in a sec. Ted, what are your thoughts?
1 second.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so I used my wild card much earlier in the season. So my plan was to build up my team using free transfers for bench boosting in double game week 19 and free hitting in 18. And what I would advise people that are worrying about the change in circumstances with the City game off, with potentially the Spurs game off, is just stick to the plan. You've known about this building up the free transfers for these double game weeks for a few weeks now, and you've used your transfers presumably to bring in those players. So I would just stick to the plan and use the bench boost or the triple captain, whatever you're planning to choose. The players in your team that haven't played, such as the Man City players and the Everton players, they're going to have a double game week and an additional double game week further down the line. So you don't need to panic about transferring them out either. With my bench boost squad, I think we're lucky with this game week. It's a sort of perfect marriage of in-form budget teams such as Southampton, Leeds and West Ham that were exciting options that you can invest in. So for Southampton, I've got Adams and McCarthy. For Leeds, I'll have Rafinha, Rafinha, Bamford, and Dallas. And for West Ham, I'll have Balbuena, Kufal, and hopefully Antonio if he's fit. So all of those sound good on paper to me, and I think it's really, really conducive to using a bench boost. But we will see. Hopefully, the players that are meant to have a double game week play both games. That's the barrier that we all have to overcome. Otherwise, as Rich said, bench boosting in game week 1 and just getting it over with, hoping that the players that you do pick all have good fixtures and they actually play, is the first barrier. So
the only thing I'd say about that bench boost game week 1 thing, I don't know how serious, obviously, but that is when your squad, in theory, is the cheapest it's going to be all year, and you don't necessarily know who those cheap enablers are going to be. Yep. So how many people have a playing bench and also haven't sacrificed some of their first team in the first couple of weeks?
Yeah, it's interesting. Like I personally hate having all of the money invested in the bench. So I know he was probably saying it with a bit of tongue in cheek, but if you got the bench sorted game week 1 and then sort of use your transfers to jiggle it around, then you wouldn't have to worry about investing in your bench for the rest of the season.
I think for me, I always use it in alongside a wild card. So I'm not using it now. I'll use it with my wild card later, which obviously removes a bit of that. I can just bring in my team, bench boost, and then move out of it. I guess for me, it's just all else being equal, what just gives me the highest percentage chance of getting some points from this. Yeah. And for me, that is, all of the chips are for double game weeks for me, or blanks, obviously. And then if I can wildcard into a bench boost, that's always what I'm going to do.
Absolutely. It's the optimal play, isn't it? When you've got more fixtures, you're getting more base points. You're just getting the appearance points. And that in itself, you've got 2 times 2 appearance points. That's 4. That's like an assist for each player, which is great. So just by not doing anything and by bench boosting in a double game week, if you have 15 double game week players, it's just optimal. So I think that's why most people do it.
You know what is nice about this time around, though? I would say mine and Gianni's strategies are almost the opposite, as it were, to your 2 strategies. And yet I don't actually think, obviously I prefer mine, but I don't actually think one of them necessarily comes out on top.
Yeah.
Often in the past, there has been a strategy. You use your wildcard, you use your bench boost in this order, and that's how you get the most points. And we all have the same team. It's actually quite nice that there are 2 opposing strategies that, in theory, at the end of the season, could yield the same amount of points.
Definitely.
And coming out of game week 19, Seb, you then completely move away from the template, because you've got the template team for those that free hit in 18 and the template team for those that free hit in 19. And going to my strategy, Seb, I, like you, I'm building towards 18. I'm probably not going to have 10 or 11 players. I'll probably have 9 players playing in 18, which I'm happy with. But then I'm not sure if I am going to use the free hit in 19. I'm going to be carrying the transfer, so I'll have 9 playing in 18, but then in game week 19, I'll have my 11, 5 of which will be playing twice. That might just be enough. I might not see the value in going, okay, I can have an extra 6 playing twice to use the free hit. I might just stick with it, and I'm tempted, depending on form, to go Mo Salah. You've got Man United at home. You've got Burnley at home. You can use the triple captain. My only fear with that, with all these cancelled fixtures, will we get, for the first time in I think 9 seasons, will we get a triple game week? And if we do, triple captain, triple game week, it could be for a Bruno, it could be for a Kane. And you just think, damn, am I using that chip too early? But look, I always want to back Salah on triple captaincy. Salah, Aguero, they're probably the only 2 I ever give it to. So maybe, I think I've given it to Harry Kane once. But
the only thing with the triple, I guess, is for actually to be a triple, because it could be Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday.
Yeah.
But in theory, that would be then maybe spread
2
across
doubles.
2 game weeks. If it's going to be a triple, what are you looking at? Maybe like a Sunday, a Tuesday, a Thursday? Are your players going to play?
Yes.
You'd have to go for a goalkeeper.
Well, no, not if you're Harry Kane or Bruno. I was speaking about this earlier. I think there's 2 players we could bank on. Salah, I'd be worried. KDB would definitely miss one of them. Harry Kane went and played 90 minutes against Stoke the other day. What's with that?
If the fixture doesn't get called off, I guess we'll see about that. But I know Bruno was rested once earlier this season.
And look what happened.
It
He
was
bought on at half time against West Ham. They were 2-0 down and he orders it 2-1.
But then, of course, you're gambling on then that being Spurs or United. For me, the one that excites me is City. They have Everton and Villa already, which are fine fixtures no matter who they get paired with.
Yeah.
We know they're now getting another. Sorry, Everton is one of those. We know that we're getting another in as part of that, though, later. Potentially, they've got 3 coming up, which could be great.
Yeah. Guys, thank you all for joining us. Loads of you have flooded in at half time. Look, watch the game on mute, pick your game, And watch us for the second half. We've got all 4 games. Rich is at Brighton Arsenal. I'm at Burnley Sheffield United. I'm not actually at Turf Moor, but I'm watching the game. I'm keeping you guys updated. We've got Ted at St Mary's. Not actually, of course. And then we've got Seb watching West Brom Leeds, and that's been a cracker, 4-0. Bamford with 1 assist. So yeah, get your questions in. We'll try and get to a few. Squeaky plays. This one is for you, Rich. Should we be getting rid of DCL? He's got quite a low ceiling at the moment, but he's been trickling along quite nicely, and a lot of people have got money tied up in him, right?
You're asking someone who's not owned DCL this season. I don't. Yeah, he's a weird one because I think people who owned him liked having him because he was consistent, but because he doesn't get bonus, he doesn't scare me as a non-owner.
Yeah.
And I feel like recently a lot of the assists he's been given a couple of assists that are debatable if they should have been assists in the first place. He won a penalty, which is obviously that's an FPL assist. I don't know. I think I would get rid, but I'm quite biased because I've not felt the need to get him the entire season. I guess if you've got him at 7 million, it makes it a much harder decision, doesn't it? Jumping off and jumping on again. And I know obviously Richarlison will be back shortly. I think James as well. But just Everton haven't looked as good since the start of the season. I think they had a hot start because West Brom had an early red card. And obviously DCL got a hat-trick, and I think that really helped the confidence of the team. But, I'd have no problem with selling Calvert-Lewin. But I can fully understand why someone would keep him, because if you've got him at 7 million, there is an argument just to hold him for the year.
Breaking news at Old Trafford. Sorry, Rich. Bruno does start. Cavani starts, Rashford starts. There's no Martial in the 11. He's got a bit of ownership. There's no Luke Shaw in the 11. There's no Lindelof in the 11. So it's De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Bailly, Maguire, Telles. It's a back 4. It's Matip and Pogba, the 2 DMs, will play together. Pogba will, I think, play fairly deep. And then you've got Greenwood one side, Rashford the other, Cavani with Bruno just behind. So it seems to be a very similar 11 to what they played away at Sheffield United the other day, where Pogba played, and many of us had Bruno captains, and that didn't work out. The Wolves 11 looks like they're going back to a back 5, which is interesting because the back 4 has served them fairly well against Spurs.
Kilman.
Yeah, no, Kilman does make it. So Kilman's in the back 3 with Cody and Seiss. There's no Bolly. Bolly doesn't make the squad. So yeah, Kilman, Cody, and Seiss.
I'm coming for your 100k, Ted.
I just like this. I like the simultaneous. Yes.
He's also not gone with Podence, so he's got 8 Nori, my boy at left wing back, with Hover at right wing back, and then he's gone Neves and Matinho, so there is no Dendoncker, he's still out. But then he's the front 3. He's gone Vitina, Adama Traore, and Neto as the number 9. So there's no Fabio Silva, there's no Podence. So Neto will be leading the line as the number 9. We have seen that once or twice. Adama continues to get some starts despite having no attacking returns, I think, in 12 months of Premier League football. So yeah.
I'll tell you what, Lindelof has been a roller coaster ride, hasn't he? I brought him in before his only 2 attacking returns of the season, presumably. And now he's injured. So I'm absolutely stuffed.
There's a VAR review. Sorry, the Arsenal game started again. We're in the 46th minute and there's VAR something in the box.
Is that for a Brighton penalty? Potentially.
I'm trying to work out what's happened. Dunk's holding his head. Yeah, it would be a Brighton penalty. Dunk's now jogging back. Again, I haven't got the commentary on, so I think it's not a penalty.
Yeah, no foul. VAR, no foul.
Sorry, guys. The Arsenal game seems to be well ahead of all the other ones.
Rich, stick the subtitles on, mate. That's quite useful.
That's a good idea, actually.
So if you're 4-0 down to Leeds at home, what substitution do you think you make at halftime?
Oh, what's he done?
Has Big Sam come on?
Matt Phillips has gone off, and Ivanovic has come on. Just to shore up the result.
He's going for goal difference in case he does finish 17th and it goes down on goal difference. Well done, Big Sam. He put Ivanovic on the other day, didn't he? Against Liverpool.
Yeah, and presumably that means a change of shape, but it surprises me.
Yeah, a change of shape, adding one more defender to his 7.
Yeah.
It's not going to stop Leeds, isn't it? Because they just flood the penalty area, they flood the line in between. So it's just going to warrant Dallas and Ayling coming and filling those gaps. And I just don't think there's going to be any let up from Leeds. I think there's another couple of goals in it for them.
The clean sheet points look good though for Leeds defenders, don't they?
Yeah, at the moment.
There's 45 minutes of a couple of set pieces. Let's see. Hopefully so.
If Ajayi's still on the pitch, there will always be a threat at set pieces. He was playing non-league a couple of seasons ago. Fair play. I was delighted to see him score. Beast at set pieces for West Brom. Okay, it looks like we've kicked off in all the games. I've just seen Southampton, West Ham's a couple of minutes into the second half as well. 0-0 there in Southampton, West Ham, Ted. But that promised on paper probably what we thought was going to be the most entertaining game of the night. I certainly did. Southampton had the goal disallowed early on.
It's one of those games. Yeah, you're absolutely right. On paper, it just seemed like there was loads of goals in this game, and I think it's just a case of two really good sides, really solid sides playing and cancelling each other out. But I think that isn't negating the fact that Saints look really dynamic when creating attacks. So, and the person I'm really impressed with in this game is Walcott, and he's really impressed over the last maybe 5 or 6 game weeks, I'd say. And Hassan Heetal's done a great job inspiring some confidence in him because he looks really good, picking the ball up deep and striding forward and feeding his teammates. So, yeah, West Ham have had their chances as well, but they've all been tame finishes. So I think there's plenty of chances for goals in this one. They just need to up their finishing, both sides.
Guys in the chat, let us know what you think. I've got a bit of a quiz question here, and I'm going to ask you all as well. Saints players, Ward-Prowse, Shay Adams, Danny Ings, which one has the highest ownership? Let us know in the chat. We'll give you the answer in 30 seconds. Ted, what do you reckon? Who's the most highly owned out of those three?
I mean, if I was being sceptical...
Saka?
Saka's just crossed it into Aubameyang, and it's a brilliant save by the goalkeeper that Seb owns. So
nice.
It's come off his knee, I think. Honestly, it was from about 4 or 5 yards out. Nope, 6 yards out. It's just come off his foot.
Oh,
he
wow.
saved it with his foot.
Sounds like it's worth bonus to me.
Honestly, he's just put his knee out and it's gone for a corner.
I think that's his first save of the night as well. So no save points coming your way yet, Seb, but it's a brilliant save. If he's known anything about it. Okay, guys in the chat, JW, we're getting a mix. Loads of you going for Shay Adams, loads for Ward-Prowse, a few for Ings. Ted, what was your answer? I can't remember.
I mean, my answer was probably Shay Adams, but I wouldn't be surprised if I wouldn't be surprised if any of them were, because Danny Ings, all the casuals maybe have just left him in without him being injured.
Yeah.
James Ward-Prowse is super cheap enabler in midfield, but my guess would be Shay Adams.
Rich, what are you going for?
I started the season with him, Ward-Prowse.
Yeah, okay. Seb?
Before we answer, if there's anything that describes this match so far, Luke Ayling has just carried the ball from the centre of our defence to the edge of their area, played a 1-2 and hung around on the penalty spot for a bit while we played it out wide and then lost it. If we're in a position to be doing that, you know how it's going.
Welcome to the Premier League.
I'm going to say Shay Adams, because I reckon that cheap enabler status now actually getting some points. There have been 2 reasons to bring him in.
Yeah, I also would have gone. It's funny, isn't it? Because we're all sort of on Twitter and do follow us all. I kind of think amongst the Twitter community, Shay Adams definitely comes out on top. But actually, I was really surprised. Ings is around 5%, Shay Adams around 10%. But Leo Wang and Pedro and David, you've all gone James Ward-Prowse, and fair play, you've nailed it. He's on like 17, 18%.
Wow.
Really highly owned Ward-Prowse.
Wow. And Martinelli's just had a chance. It's gone inches over the bar.
Martinelli. So that's Martinelli with a chance and Saka with nearly an assist for Aubameyang. Those two looking decent, Rich.
Yeah, honestly, they've had a couple of really good chances at the start of the second half, Arsenal. Yeah, Saka's looking good. Martinelli's looking good. Even Rose looking pretty good. I don't know what price he is.
He's again listed as a midfielder. He's sub 5 million, Smith Rowe, and he's playing sort of number 10, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean he's looked lively as well. I noticed Saka's on corners occasionally as well. So
nice.
There could be some very nice options to rival the Leeds ones, down the line.
Gianni, just looking at FPL here, Bamford has got 2 assists and we haven't scored another goal.
So I'm
almost certain that ball didn't come off him. But it looks like at
Gianni's
the moment,
influence, isn't it?
Alioski's goal might have been assisted by Bamford, according to FPL.
I sent a few texts. What can I say?
Yeah, Gianni's got all the contacts. Yeah.
After my Saka price rise and now this, what's going on?
That's interesting. Like the shot from Bamford was, if it did come off him, it was so close to the defender. I don't know how they can say this is speaking as a Bamford owner. I have to clarify that. it was just such a short distance away from the defender. Like, you're not 100% sure you can call that a shot. So it's maybe potentially a bit lucky for Bamford owners to get that assist.
Yeah, we'll take that though, because he's hit the woodwork a couple of times in the last month. So I think we deserve it, don't we?
Yeah.
I mean, if he's got it, he's going to be up there probably for 2 or 3 bonus if he gets 2 assists, because he was.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
He was just behind at half time, but only a few points. I think he might have moved to second.
On the counter now. So Aubameyang. Oh, it's just too many touches and it's gone wide. Sorry. There was quite a good counter there it had there.
Rich, question for you on Aubameyang, right? If Man City Chelsea is off this weekend, knowing Arsenal have got a lovely little run of fixtures, will we be considering KDB to Aubameyang as a short-term punt, or will everyone just flood to Mane?
I think Mane or go Rashford as well. I think I'd favour those. I mean, generally, I do quite like these. You get these premium players that are a bit overpriced. I always like Kane in previous years because of that, because people don't jump on them.
Yeah.
I just think there's too many good options in that midfield at the moment. Like you said, Mane, Rashford. Obviously, you've got Bruno and Salah as well.
I guess the chip strategy plays a big part there. But if you're looking for someone playing in the blank, Aubameyang has West Brom up next.
Of course.
So he's got Game Week 17 West Brom, Game Week 18 Palace, and then in 19 he's got Newcastle. They're 3 really nice fixtures, aren't they?
I'm seeing it from my chip strategy.
Yeah.
So I guess if you were building for a free hit in the double, yeah, I could see that. Because I think Aubameyang's going to be in a lot of free hit in 18 teams, for example.
Yeah.
Because just because we got money to spend.
And he is 11.4, so you without money in the bank, you can go KDB to Aubameyang because he's dropped in price. He's there. He's there for the taking.
You just wouldn't captain him, would you?
No, God no.
You know what I really like about this season? As we said earlier, as we alluded to earlier, the variety has been immense. But I think what's really interesting is, as Seb said earlier, both chip strategies of bench boosting either in in 18 or 19. There's going to be such a divide in game week 20 about whether people have invested long term in the likes of Spurs, Everton, City versus Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal, whoever.
Yeah.
So everyone's team's going to be really different from game week 20. So it's going to be almost one group against another.
Yeah.
So it'll be it'll be interesting.
Bamford's just put one wide. I'm not sure it was ever going in, but he carries it across the edge of the area, goes for a bit of a speculative shot, takes the deflection for a corner.
Yeah, El Fozzi said Bamford needs a goal, locking bonus. And then he raises the question, presumably everyone owns him. And I was like, yeah, I remember buying Bamford about 6 weeks ago. He was on 30% ownership. He's now on 50. He's on 47.9 ownership. So, yeah, although we're having a Bamford win here, guys, it's not a massive one because in terms of active managers, pretty much everyone's got him. Speaking about Go on, Seb.
I was just going to say, can you imagine telling Andy at the beginning of the season on recorded media that probably don't pick Bamford?
Yeah, nice. So, okay, KDB owners, I've got him. Rich, you've recently sold. Ted, do you have KDB?
I do.
And I know Seb's got him. So if
you know my thoughts on him.
I'm a massive fan as well. And without any cancellations or postponements, there's no way I'm looking at selling him. However, if the Chelsea game this weekend is postponed and we know KDB has no fixture, do you guys consider selling him? Seb, I'll come to you first. And if so, who for? Because Mane, Aubameyang, if you don't already own Bruno Salah, they're all in the same price category.
So anyone who's looking at selling him before now, I think, we've discussed this before, I think that's a poor decision. The only reason I would get rid of him, like you say, if he's missing a fixture or two, I need to bring in a Spurs player, probably Kane or Son, or probably Son for a midfielder. I was going to sacrifice Fernandes and Salah just for 1 week and a free hit and then bring them back. If KDB's not playing, maybe he's the one that I sacrifice. But that's the only scenario in which I'm getting rid of him.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think the only reason why I would sell him is for fixture reasons, as in a lack of, because his stats are just incredible. He's playing in that number 10 spot so far forward that why would you ever get rid of someone who plays in a team that potentially scores so many goals?
And his stats are better than Salah and Fernandes is. Go look on the members area. he just isn't getting the returns. And we know, obviously you do need points, but I think people are being blinded by the fact that they're, outcome biased. They're seeing Fernandes and Salah actually score from fewer chances and fewer expected assists. Oh, West Brom that he scored there. I think we've messed up at the back. Meslier makes a big save. Meslier makes a very big save there.
Oh.
Have to wait for a replay to see how that came about.
Yeah, that would have been nice for the Leeds clean sheet wipe.
Was that Callum Robinson in there maybe?
Yeah, he's playing.
But yeah, we're playing around at the back, and if anything, being a little bit too lackadaisical there. Click plays it into the goalkeeper. No one's really pressing Meslier though, so he just picks out Phillips and then they close him down, and that really should be a goal.
Chance for Saints. Oh, Romeo skies it over the bar. But it's a good build-up play from Saints. Romeo wriggles through, passes it out wide. 1-2 with Walcott, crosses it in. And it comes to Romeo, and he just skies it shot. He's had a few wonder shots in the past. Oh, it looks like Shane Long is coming on.
Adam's off, I think that is.
Oh,
Ted.
Adam's off. That's terrible news before the 60-minute mark.
And Leeds are making a sub here too. We've got Matthias Klick coming off for Jamie Shackleton, which might actually mean Shackleton goes to right back and Dallas goes to midfield, even though Shackleton is a midfielder. We've seen that change happen a few times.
Just on KDB, because obviously I sold him this week for Bruno, and I hated doing it, but it was mainly because of my chip strategy that I did it. Because I'm going to be free hitting in the blank, I wanted Bruno for the double over De Bruyne, but I mean I hated doing it.
I can understand it.
Yeah,
there's a lot
it was
of
just
people
the situation.
playing.
I mean, obviously a lot of people have De Bruyne, Bruno and Salah, but I've got Kane, and obviously I couldn't be selling Kane ahead of the next two. So it was, I mean, I've got very lucky that City didn't play yesterday.
I think there was a period about 4 weeks ago where we're all obsessed about which premiums to have, and a large number of people just said, I can't be bothered to choose, I'm just going to have 4 of them and play with a few cheap enablers. So I mean, that's a strategy, but I do not envy people who have 3 and do have to pick and leave a couple out.
Yeah, I mean, Bruno was absolutely destroying my rank. I mean, he's destroyed my rank.
Same.
So had to do it. Yeah, had to do it. But I'd rather, even though I own Bruno, ignoring all these blanks, etc., I'd rather have De Bruyne than Bruno, even though I'm on the opposite.
Yeah,
I have both, and I'm pretty comfortable in that situation. I think, like you say, though, I currently don't have Kane or Son, so clearly, as I've discussed a moment ago, if I want one of them for the double, I'll be losing one of those guys.
Yeah,
I can see, like Ted said, if it's for fixture or strategy reasons, fair enough. If it's because you're looking at points though and going, oh, Bruno and Salah are getting them, I think you need to look a little deeper and think, well, those points are gone. Who's likely to score in the future?
Guys, Shay Adams, by the way, went off early. Before the 60-minute mark, I'd be very surprised if that wasn't an injury. So yeah, Shay Adams owners, watch out, but he might not be. I'm almost certain he'll be flagged for the weekend.
He didn't look in any discomfort.
Okay.
I mean, I saw he had a blow to the head earlier from a Dawson kick, but he looked lively. He didn't pull up or anything, so I think it might have just been a tactical rest. I don't know.
Strange one at 0-0, but yeah, I mean, he's played a lot of minutes.
Yeah, I didn't see anything, but maybe I missed it.
FPL have also tweeted about that second Bamford assist, or sorry, what was the first one. They've said after review, the assist for the Leeds' second goal is awarded to Bamford, who was adjudged to have registered a headed attempt on goal, which was blocked by Furlong before Alioski hit it. It must have been the tiniest of touches.
That is, I mean, hey, we'll take it. Everyone gets those points, good times, but I don't agree with that.
They're very generous sometimes.
I mean, so they're showing that Furlong got the touch, so it was Furlong onto Alioski, as you said, Seb, but yeah, Bamford got the touch before that.
I mean, the definition, it's loose, but it has to be a deliberate attempt at assisting a goal, or
which
like a direct result of a rebound shot, right?
Which
so
it
I
was.
guess if he shot and the defender has blocked it, that's so tenuous.
Yeah.
I mean, in real life, it's not even near an assist. In real life, you don't get an assist for having a shot and someone scoring a tap-in. Obviously, for FPL, we do, and it's good that we do. But yeah, that's a tight one. Shackleton is in midfield, by the way. Dallas appears to be staying at right back.
Nice. In the Burnley-Sheffield United game, guys, we've had Fleck on for Robinson. So he's gone for a midfield. He's taken left centre-back Robinson off, put Fleck on. So it's a back 4 for Sheffield United. So a slight change in system. He's still got the front 3. McGoldrick, Mousse, Brewster. Can we see Brewster coming up with an equaliser, or can we see Ollie Burt coming on? There's got to be drama in this Burnley Sheffield United game. What was dubbed to be the sort of boring one on paper, but Burnley are pretty good at protecting a lead. We know that. That's not a team you want to go 1-0 down to. Just to recap the scores, guys, it is still goalless at the Amex, Brighton Arsenal. It is still goalless at St Mary's, Southampton West Ham. I've had a bit of drama. Burnley 1, Sheffield United 0, and Seb's had all the goals.
Sorry, long range shot from Walcott tested the goalkeeper. Excellent. It looked really good. Fabianski makes a save comfortably, but it's a shot about 30 yards out. It looked decent though.
Saints' best player, Walcott, from what I've seen, Ted.
Yeah, he has been excellent, dynamic, driving forward, not afraid to. Oh, it does move in the air. The ball. Test Fabianski. It's a decent save. Yeah, low to his left, low to his right, I should say.
It dips at the right time, doesn't it? It's just about to bounce in front of Fabianski, and he gets his hands there. It's not an easy save.
No, I mean, you can't expect him to score from 30 yards out. But for Walcott, who we've known in the past to be a tame finisher, it seems like his confidence is back. He took his goal well a couple of games ago with a chip over the goalkeeper. I can't remember who that was against, but it just looked like he's full of confidence again, which is nice to see.
Yeah, it is. And Walcott, as you say, tame finisher. That's probably how I'd describe him as well. And you certainly don't. In years gone by, have we ever seen Walcott score 30-yard screamers? No, he doesn't even take those shots on. But at Southampton, it is Boyhood Club, big fish, small pond. I just feel like this is going to suit him really, really well. And he's 5.8 million, listed as a midfielder. He is playing midfield tonight. We have seen him up front. If Che Adams is injured, we'll probably see him up front again. Could be a little bit of value in Walcott. He's 1.3% owned. So yeah, keep your eyes on him. His fixtures aren't great. Southampton have got Liverpool next. They don't play in 18. In the double game week, they do have Leicester and Leeds. But, you could see him scoring in both those games. So yeah, anyone here like Walcott for FPL? They're considering him?
I mean, I wouldn't personally bring him in myself, but I think there's a lot. If you're unsure about your fifth midfielder spot and you don't like Souček and you don't like Rafinha and you want a bit of a differential punt, then Walcott could easily be a good double game week player because I think he'll play both games. And the amount of times I've been watching this game and he's picked the ball up, even though he's classed in midfield in FPL, he's picked it up on the right wing and driven forward and delivered a decent cross into the penalty area. I think there's a lot of threat, and I think he could be a cheeky option for the double game week. So,
yeah, I'm with Ted there. When I was planning ahead, I had a quick look at him, in the who will fit into this slot in my side, and if he does end up playing up front, I might have another look. But I think he's just a little bit too far down my list with other players at similar prices.
He is nailed, which is nice about that, those Southampton sort of wide forward slots, because you look at Armstrong, you look at Redmond, you look at Gineppo, none of them are nailed. Walcott is definitely a favourite of Hudson-Huntel, who, by the way, guys, isn't at the game tonight. Lacazette looks like he's come on for Arsenal. Martinelli off, Rich.
Yeah, just that substitution just happened. Before that, we had David Propper had a shot. Lene saves.
Nice. 3 points for Martinelli, who we know Magnus Carlsen brought in this game week. I guess after you've been out for such a long time, we weren't expecting you to play 90, Rich, were we? He's been out for, 6 months? Yeah,
exactly. And Lacazette has a shot. Has he scored? Yes. It looks like a Saka assist.
Oh, behave!
Saka. I think that must have been Lacazette's first touch. Saka, beautiful down the right, knocks it across. Lacazette made it look easy.
Hang on a sec, guys. Just need to go onto Twitter and brag about the Saka assist. I don't even own him.
I could pretend it's been VAR'd now, couldn't I? Bet.
Oh, it's great work down the right, and he pulls it back. Yeah, Lacazette.
Yeah.
One touch, sets himself. Second touch, shoot.
He looked so casual. I wasn't even sure if he'd scored at first. I wasn't sure if it had rippled the side netting, but yeah.
He's a pretty nonchalant character, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. And I mean, the curl on it, it squeaks inside the post.
The worst thing I did this season was pick Jed Steer because it meant I couldn't get Martinez, and I've just had my goalkeeper concede again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry, Seb. He should have saved it probably.
But realistically, a 4.4 goalkeeper against Arsenal. What am I expecting? Some save points at best, I think.
Right. Exactly. There's not been any massive goalkeeper hauls this week, unless some are happening as we speak.
I mean, Southampton, West Ham, McCarthy's quite well owned.
Yeah, actually, and Meslier as well.
So yeah, Southampton could keep a clean sheet here. West Ham have been threatening, but they haven't got too many shots on target. So it might be a Saints clean sheet.
I started the season with McCarthy. I fancy him.
Is that Morpie on, Rich?
Morpie's just come on,
And
yeah.
Solly March as well, I think.
And yeah, Proper's gone off, and yeah, March is on. So March must be going wing back, I guess.
Yeah. And in the, nice, Sheffield United game, Brewster is still on. Mousse's gone off. Ollie Burke, you got 25 minutes. Come on, boy!
I swear, if
nice.
Brewster scores, it'll just set me off. I might leave. I'll be so excited.
How would it rate alongside a Lindelof assist?
Oh, I'm not sure. I think both equally unexpected. Although the Brewster, I've built it up too much now, so it might be a bit meh. Yeah, that's great. Lindelof was just ridiculous. Followed by a goal in the next game, by the way, which don't tell me. I was absolutely over the moon with that.
There's quite a few with Brighton defenders, Rich. I'm thinking that Arsenal goal was probably pretty good. You got Lacazette and Saka, barely owned, but there's quite a few with Dunk. There's quite a few with. I've seen a few teams with even the likes of Dan Burnin, and there's a few Brighton defenders knocking around.
There's a few. I mean, I think it's not going to have a dramatic impact, though, is it?
No, unfortunately not.
I don't think it's a very FPL relevant game, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You're good at making it sound like it could be. Yeah, no, I agree.
Lamptey 10% owns. Yeah.
Brighton have looked, actually, I mean, I guess like Seb said, it's the story of their season, but they've looked pretty good. They've had some chances. I mean, I wouldn't say they deserve to be losing. I mean, they're on the attack now.
If you have a look at the expected points table, they're like solidly mid-table, if not close to the top half. But then, obviously, in the points table that matters, they're not translating that into actual points, are they?
No, it's very, very strange, and because of all this rotation as well, it doesn't endear themselves to FPL managers, does it, as assets, when literally everyone can get rotated.
Guys, I honestly reckon I had 7 or 8 people tell me they've bought Saka off the back of my recommendation, and I'm absolutely loving life. I know I didn't buy him in the end because I saw Reece James wasn't going to play. From a journo that had tweeted Reece James wasn't going to start, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to get 11 men out, so I swapped Reece James for James Justin and his 2 points. Thanks. So it meant I kept hold of Lookman for Saka, but Saka is definitely in next week. That's a move I'm 100% making. But yeah, sometimes there's just something nice about recommending a player and then doing well, even if you don't have them. That's what we're here for. So yeah.
If Arsenal can start knitting together a few results, I reckon we'll start looking at a couple of players. I'm not sure I would go as excited as Aubameyang and Lacazette, but I think Saka is a really good option in that side, as well as Tierney or left back. I think he could be an option, especially if you're free hitting in 18.
Bert Leno, I quite like is he 5.0 goalkeeper? As we were talking earlier, stick him in there, forget about him.
Makes a lot of save points, gets a lot of save points, Leno.
Yeah, and Aubameyang's he's on the left. Obviously, Lacazette's come on, so Aubameyang's on the left again.
Yeah.
But Saka's he has looked very creative down the right. I mean, I don't think I've recalled any shots at all, but he's definitely created a few chances.
Yeah.
Antonio has been warming up for West Ham on the touchline, so he hasn't been subbed on yet, but it looks promising.
Speaking of warming up on the touchline, Seb,
Pablo Hernandez.
Your boy's coming. Yeah. Who's coming off? Will that be Harrison? That'll probably be Rafinha.
Rodrigo is coming off.
Oh, Rich lives to fight another day. Now? Rodrigo off, but Harrison and Rafinha stay on for Rich.
Wow, yeah, so it's just a straight swap in terms of Rodrigo in that 8-10 position for Pablo coming on for the same role. I'd imagine we'll see Ian Poveda at some point as well, which will be for Rafinha or Harrison.
Chance for Saints, Walcott, who else didn't have the chance, but he drove forward from midfield and it looks like it could have been a penalty, but I think the West Ham defender wins it and Walker-Peters picks the ball up on the edge of the box and shoots at Fabianski, who saves. But Walcott, again, the driving force in the Saints team.
Yeah, decent. So are we going to, at 4-0 up, Seb, what does would we see Bielsa kind of resting a couple of his key men? Is Bamford likely to make 90?
He's already made 2 changes. Mateus Click went off, potentially with an injury. So something to keep on there for Click. Shackleton came on, and we've just had Pablo come on for Rodrigo. So he's only got 1 left. It could be Bamford. But like I said, I'd imagine it'll be Poveda coming on for either Harrison or Rafinha.
Yeah. Poveda, the guy that was in the Chelsea academy with Reece James in the same kid team, also got some academy time at Barcelona and Brentford. I read today. Yeah, done quite the rounds, and now he's at Leeds. I think via, was it Man City he came from, Seb?
Yeah, indeed, and he's decent. He looks good when he's got the ball. He looks good off the ball as well. Bielsa's taken a bit of a liking to him. He came in over the summer and the end of last season, and has made in the squad for quite a few times. So yeah.
Oh, chance for Souček, heads it into the goalkeeper's arms from a free kick on the right hand side. He might have been just offside. Oh, it's very tight, but regardless, he heads it tamely. Once again, that seems to be the operative word of this game. Poor finishing from both sides.
Chance for Leeds. Rafinha has scored, and I think that's a Dallas assist. Lovely play down the right-hand side. Just, again, there's just nothing there for West Brom. We just cut through them. I don't even think we're playing that well. I think we might have had something like 7 shots and scored 5 goals, or 7 shots on target.
Is it Dallas?
They're just not stopping us. We'll see a replay in a sec. I think it was. There was interchange between Dallas and Rafinha. It just starts inside our own half again. We're just walking, and then it's like, okay, I suppose we'll attack. Yeah, Shackleton to Dallas, into Rafinha. Rafinha comes across outside the area, top corner. Dallas assist.
Yeah. Oh, it's a beautiful goal. Beautiful goal.
I need to come on these more often. Every time I come on here, my players score. I hadn't had a goal until I came on in my FPL team since Salah scored off the bench, whenever that was.
That is another different goal scorer and assister.
Yeah, so bonus points will be interesting in that game.
Yeah, the Bamford was on for 2. That might be slipping. Although I don't think Dallas or Rafinha have had another attacking return. So
they will have a clean sheet for Dallas.
With the clean sheet, Dallas will probably be up there, you'd think.
This is
it's going to be double digits for Dallas, isn't it? It's double digits again.
It must be.
Andy's flying off that.
I'm currently on Rodrigo top, Alioski second, and then Dallas third, with Bamford just behind in fourth.
Chance for West Ham down this side. It's Fornals that crosses it in, and I think it's Souček that chests it down and just miscontrols it, and Bertrand is able to clear. But plenty of chances for Souček, it seems.
Trossard's just come on for the guy whose name I can't pronounce, so that's some good news for me anyway.
Nice.
With an equally difficult name, Krovanovic or something.
Krovanovic on for West Brom. Is it? I think he's an attacking player, which is, well, fair play, Big Sam. Well done. You took off your winger at half time and put another centre back on, but at least you're giving it a go at 5-0 down.
He's taken Dian Garner off. And Matthias Pereira came on earlier for Carlin Grant.
I'm sorry for Dian Garner.
Yeah.
And Pereira as well.
Yeah, he's not.
Is Ben Rama on for West Ham? Sorry, I just think about those kinds of players that I feel sorry for.
Yeah, Ben Rama's due some minutes. I think Saka's gone down in the Arsenal game, guys.
Sorry, yeah, he is. He's tapping the floor. He's in. Yeah,
Gianni, what have you done?
The
he's holding his ankle.
Strikes again. I bought in Harry Kane, blank. Captain, blank. Captain Salah, blank. Saka, tipped. Injured.
I'm trying to see what's happened. Sorry, they're showing the replay now.
Antonio's coming on for West Ham.
If Antonio is fit for that double, I will be very tempted.
I've got exactly the right amount of money to do Brewster to Antonio.
If he's fit for the double, though, he'll play in one of them, won't he?
I hope not.
I'll take it. I brought Antonio back in on my wildcard in Gameweek 5, and he scored against City, against a lovely fixture run, and then got injured, and I just couldn't get him out of the team for a while.
To be fair, I would absolutely take Antonio 60 minutes in the first game, bring him off, and then 60 minutes in the second. I'd absolutely take that.
Oh, looks like Antonio's coming on for West Ham. Did we just say that? No.
We did. It's okay. It's big enough news. I think it can be said.
Potentially another... not quite. So Dallas again getting in down the right, and Ivanovic, that's why he came on at half-time, blocks it out for a corner to Leeds.
Rich, Saka's not looking happy there, is he?
I think he's crying, but they're not showing what's happened to him. They're showing him on the floor. He's got his hands over his face. He was tapping the floor. I mean, it looks bad.
It doesn't look great.
But I don't think they've shown what's happened.
Kyle Walker
it doesn't look good.
Yellow card by the looks of it. Nice.
Yellow card for Kyle Walker-Peters at Southampton.
Yeah. If Saka goes off, that would be horrendous luck because he's been their best player tonight.
Yeah, he's been incredible. He's looked so creative. I mean, he's sitting up, so that's something. But it does look like he was crying.
And he was patting the floor, and when you see
almost like when you tap out in MMA or something, it looked like that.
Yeah.
Oh, they're pulling him to his feet.
when that assist he got, in FPL, guys, you sometimes get those 2-yard passes or off the back of your neck and you get the assist. Saka turns it on the halfway line, runs it to the edge of his box, pulls it back, Lacazette, 2-touch finish.
Luke Ayling just went close.
Oh.
Corner from Calvin Phillips, near post. Ayling just puts it over.
And Saka's
That would have
walking.
been nice.
Saka's walking, barely assisted. He's walking on his own pretty much.
To the touchline, or
To the touchline.
he'll have to go off anyway to come back on if he's actually.
Yeah, but I mean, I was worried for a second there when he was crying and tapping the floor that this could be like a serious injury, but maybe not.
Guys,
so Antonio is on for West Ham. Haller has come off, and Gineppo is coming off for Saints with Armstrong coming on.
Nice. Okay, guys, there's some decent clean sheets around. Burnley are on for a clean sheet. Southampton, loads of people have got Bednarek and Walker-Peters and McCarthy. West Ham are on for a clean sheet. There's loads of Creswell owners out there. Loads of Fabianski owners. Arsenal, maybe not. They're on for a clean sheet if anyone's got Holding. Holding plays tonight, I think. Rich, is Holding playing?
Holding's playing.
Yeah, Holding is playing. 4.4 million, Holding.
Yeah, he's bargain. He could be good for people, again, that are free hitting in the doubles, couldn't he, if you're building towards that 18 team?
Yeah. Brewster's still on the pitch, by the way. Burnley 1, Sheffield United 0. Had very little action. Burnley have barely got the ball. It is all Sheffield United, but they don't do much with it. That's the problem. And they are looking dead and buried in the race for survival. But I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what Wilder does in January. But he's had quite a lot of money to spend in the last 12 months. Sander Berge cost 20 million. They spent big on Brewster. Liverpool have got the buyback there, but he spent some money and it's not quite worked out for them. So it's going to be really interesting to see who does go down this season.
Again, similar to Brighton, though, I'd say Sheffield United have been quite unfortunate, maybe lacking quality, but they've had a lot of very good chances to score in those games that they've just lost narrowly and conceded some unfortunate goals themselves.
Yeah, they've lost a lot of games by the one goal, haven't they? Souček
an update on the bonus points for Leeds. Dallas is on 3 bonus points.
Ouch.
Oof.
Interesting. Sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, I've got 3 Leeds players. I've got 2 assists and 2 goals, and none of them have a bonus point.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't complain.
No. Well, I was on -5 points before this stream, so I can.
Oh, Bamford with a chance, Seb.
Yep, just over the area, near post, comes in. He's claiming for a corner. I don't think, we have got the corner.
Guys, we're getting questions every kind of 10 minutes about the game tomorrow night. As soon as we know if Spurs Fulham is off, we'll let you know. All we know is that it's in doubt. Fulham have had a few positive cases, but Sheffield United had a few and their game went ahead. City had a few and their game didn't. So we just don't know. It's likely we won't hear on that tonight. Expect it tomorrow. But look, follow Fantasy Football Scout for the updates on that on Twitter. Set notifications. Saka looks like, by the way, he is going off for Arsenal. Did I just see, Rich?
Yeah, he's just been gone off. Celebos has come on, and yeah, they've got 10 minutes left because I think this game's a few minutes ahead of the other ones. So we're just about to go into the 81st minute.
Looks like I might be buying Martinelli instead of Saka then.
Do you know what he was? I mean, he was slightly ginger, but he was walking on his own accord at the end when he went off. So I don't think it's going to be long term, but yeah, I guess you're not going to risk it in the short.
It's so soon, isn't it? I'm guessing they've got like 4 or 5 days and they're playing again.
Martinelli looked good as well, though. Martinelli actually looked more like scoring than Saka. I think Saka looks a lot more creative.
Yeah.
And Arsenal, Aubameyang's just crossed it.
The problem with Martinelli now is with Lacazette scoring tonight, you'd expect Lacazette starts, and will he go Aubameyang on the left? Will he, and then Saka on the right, or could he put Martinelli on the right? I don't know, but yeah, it's you'd expect Lacazette and Aubameyang to both start now.
It is the annoying thing with Arsenal, isn't it? That they're not in incredible form, and you still got this risk of not knowing where certain players are going to play or if they're going to play.
Rafinha is coming off for Leeds, it looks like. Helder Costa coming on for Rafinha.
Helder Costa, the forgotten man. Helder Costa started the season in the 11, did really well for Leeds in the Championship. Had a good little moment in FPL when he was in his Wolves days when they first came up. But yeah, it seems like he's got a lot of work to do to get his place back, Seb.
I think he's just not quite good enough. He wasn't quite good enough for Wolves for the Premier League. He was good for us in the Championship, but it took a little while for him to warm up. And then, Rafinha has been signed for that position. I don't think he's getting it back anytime soon.
Yeah, Pedder wants to know, should I bring out Taylor? Look, check out the post-match from Sean Dyche, how bad that injury was. With games coming thick and fast, probably a major doubt. But yeah, check out press conferences, and also follow Fantasy Football Scout again, injury news, that on it on Twitter. Mark says Soufal's not playing. You called it there. So Soufal owners, West Ham look like they're going to get a clean sheet, 81 minutes on the clock, but unfortunately he won't register points. Creswell owners, though, will be fairly happy with that. Valbuena owners, yeah, they won't be either. He missed out too. Centre-back pairing, Ted, for West Ham. Ogbonna played with who today? It wasn't
Dawson.
Dawson. Craig Dawson, blast from the past. Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this game is changing quite a lot. It's getting a bit stretched. I think both teams are obviously trying to win this, but Antonio has made a difference for West Ham. A few tricks, his pace is really an outlet for West Ham. So it's going to be very stretched. I think there's going to be end-to-end action for the remaining 10 minutes, I reckon.
So it's Ben Rama and Antonio up top for West Ham. That's quite a nice two, isn't it?
A lot of speed, a lot of pace.
Yeah.
So, Saints need to be wary on the break.
Yeah. And Rich, how's it looking at Southampton? At Brighton Arsenal. Are Brighton looking like they could get an equaliser? Because I've not seen much from them since the goal.
No, I mean Trossard just had a completely ridiculous shot.
Bamford had a just wide. Sorry, Rich. Back over to you.
No, that's all right. I mean, not much is happening, to be honest. This whole game, a lot of it's been in the middle of the park. I don't think Brighton will score, but they seem to do everything but create chances. They're not bad, but they're not great.
Yeah. And Seb, any chance that West Brom get a goal, a consolation to wipe out those Dallas clean sheets?
The closest we're going to get is us gifting them. They have nothing. They've offered nothing pretty much since the first few. Ball in from Harrison, I think that was. Just goes past the far post with Bamford and Shackleton both trying to get on the end of it.
Sasank in the chat. Dallas is my first sub. Need Spurs to get cancelled for him to come on. Wow, if you've managed to get an 11 out this game week and not have your first sub, even if that Spurs game goes ahead, you've been really unlucky, mate. I'm guessing you don't have any Everton or Man City players then. Yeah, that would be terrible. And we've had another question from JT. Is Spurs Fulham cancelled? We don't know. We can't tell you. Follow Fantasy Football Scout on Twitter. As soon as we know, they will be tweeting. Likely answer tomorrow. We'll know on that.
Shots for West Ham. McCarthy makes a wonderful save. Point blank range from Ben Rama is an absolutely fantastic save.
Damn, that would have been good, Ben Rama goal. No one's got him. Right. Loads have got Southampton
I
defenders.
sold Ben Rama this week for Harrison. I'd have been gutted.
Yeah, it's Bowen down the left. He crosses in. It takes a deflection off Bertrand. It bounces up, and there's a bit of confusion in the box with Saints, and it bounces to Ben Rama, and he hits it about 6 yards out, really hard, and McCarthy's just big, and he makes a great save there.
Peter Schmeichel saved that, wasn't it, Ted?
Absolutely. And McCarthy, interestingly, that takes him up to 3 saves for the match and potentially bonus now. Let me have a look. Because this game, because there's no goals in it, it's been edging with defenders going up and up. So it hasn't updated yet with a save, but I'll update you when that happens.
Oh, okay. Sheffield United coming close. They have a free kick. They put pressure on. Pope makes a comfortable save, but you just feel like if Sheffield United are going to score, it might just be from a set piece. But Burnley are no mugs. Tarkowski, Pope, they win a lot of balls in the air. So it's still 1-0 at Turf Moor to Burnley. Brighton 0, Arsenal 1. Southampton 0, West Ham 0. West Brom 0, Leeds 5. The Leeds attacking double up is one that we're all going to be looking at now. Rich is ahead of the curve there. He's gone for the triple up. It's paid off for him tonight. Seb, you're just on Bamford, aren't you?
I am indeed. And I would say, yeah, we know Leeds' attack is attractive, but I'd maybe look at who West Brom are playing as well, because we've had 75% possession, 14 shots. Only 6 of those have been on target. So they've conceded 5 from 6 shots on target. I know they put in a resilient display against Liverpool, but unless they're going to play like they did against Liverpool against everyone, I think they're going to get beaten by 5 again.
Yeah. Questions about why the game might be called off tomorrow. All we know is that it's in doubt. I think The Athletic broke the story a couple of hours ago. Fulham have had some positive cases. We don't know who. We don't even know. I don't think it's been confirmed that it's their first team players. But their bubbles may have been compromised. So, look, we will be tweeting about that when we know. Ted, Kyle Walker-Peters, any bonus for him? We're getting some questions on the chat about Southampton bonus points. Any chance?
So is updated. So Stevens is on for 3 bonus points at the moment, and Fabianski and McCarthy, both on 3 saves, are on for tied for second for 2 bonus points. Walker-Peters is down a few places with behind Bednarek. So he's a few off, I'm afraid. I think it might be the tail of the keeper bonus in this game week, which I think for McCarthy owners is probably more pressing in an FPL perspective because he's more highly owned.
Yeah.
Including myself, so I'm quite happy about that. Hopefully West Ham don't score, although I would love an Antonio goal just to warrant bringing him in soon.
Oh, is that Bellerin going on a little worldie run
Bellerin,
from the halfway line, Rich?
He's in the box. Yeah, what's happening now? He's turned around.
You know it's
I
Bellerin.
think they're just going to play it out, aren't they?
The shirt tucked in and the high shorts from Bellerin.
Luke Ayling has once again carried it from the middle of defence all the way to the edge of the area and nearly played us through, just cut out.
Who was he looking for? Was Bamford involved?
I believe that was Bamford he was looking for there.
Looks like Ainsley Maitland-Niles is coming on for Smith Rowe as well in the Arsenal game.
I think Arsenal are just trying to play this out as a 1-0, aren't they?
Yeah. Looking fairly comfortable. Brighton just haven't... When we saw that Brighton 11, we did think where the goal's coming from. And now Maupay has come on, but you just can't see where their goal's going to come from. And Welbeck never got the opportunity to score against his old club or even play against them. It's a shame.
It's a shame, isn't it?
I guess he can't play twice in 3 or 4 days. Welbeck can't play twice in a week barely, so...
Potter said as much, didn't he? I think when he rested him a couple of games ago, he said, he just can't do 90 in 7 days.
Yeah,
I wonder if we're going to get more than 7 seconds of injury time in this game, because there's only 50 seconds left. So
yeah,
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, it's a dire game if that's happening. Joe Andrews asks Martinelli or Lookman. Look, I own Lookman and I'm transferring him out this week for either Saka or Martinelli. That is 100% happening unless we get more postponements. So yeah, I think Lookman's an interesting one, but I don't know. The fixtures aren't brilliant, and he doesn't play in the blank. So it depends what your chip strategy is. Ted, any sign of West Ham with Ben Rama and Antonio getting something at Southampton, or is it Southampton that look more likely to score if we do see a goal?
Saints are full of possession. They're the one trying to break down West Ham, but West Ham are defending resolutely. It's mainly their chances that they're getting are on the break. So I think this is destined to be a 0-0 with both teams sort of cancelling each other out. But it's Saints still pressing now with Bertrand on the left flank. He doesn't get the ball in, and then he goes backwards. So that's probably the tail of the second half, I'd say.
Oh. Saka's won man of the match.
Obviously, of course he has.
On the bench.
Saka man of the match.
There are 5 minutes.
And he's sitting in the stands, Rich, without his leg up, without any obvious ice packs. We can't see his legs. But, he wasn't like he's gone down the tunnel after that knock.
No, you're tempted, aren't you? You're tempted.
Mate, I'm so annoyed I didn't do it this week. I went for bloody Justin with his 2 points. Just because I'd seen the Chelsea journo tweeting that Reece James won't be starting, and I was like, okay, I'm going to only have 10 men. I have to sell James, who looks like he's going to be out for a while. By the way, it was Reece James with a hamstring injury, and we know he's got a dodgy knee as well.
I don't know if I trust Lampard anymore. Like after Chilwell managed to play two games in 2 days after being a major doubt, I don't know.
Yeah, it was strange that, and then a presser guy leaked with those flags implying that Chilwell wasn't going to play, and then he played. So very strange happenings at Chelsea, I'd say.
Yeah, it was. He tweeted a flag of Italy, a flag of Germany, and a flag of Spain. So we all saw that and went, Azpilicueta, Rudiger, and Emerson. And of course, if Emerson plays, Chilwell doesn't. But yeah, 5 minutes added on at the Arsenal game because of the Saka injury. Southampton West Ham's got 3 minutes added on. Seb, are you into the 90 plus?
Just two minutes here, just been added. 90th minute, 10 seconds now.
And I can't see what it is at Burnley because I'm watching all the games. But Burnley Sheffield United still 1-0. No joy tonight for Ollie Burke or Brewster owners, but still
4 minutes for a Brewster equaliser. Come on.
assisted by Burke, please. It's definitely a night for the clean sheet points. There's been no massive wins. Bamford's done well, but those that have got Burnley defenders, Southampton defenders, West Ham defenders, Arsenal defenders, they're all going away with a nice 6 points plus some Brucey bonus. Leeds,
Dallas on for 12 or so here, I think, is he?
Yeah, Leeds a massive win. Few have got Melier.
Imagine owning 3 Leeds attackers. What kind of genius would you have to be?
Alioski, or Alioski and Dallas. You could have had that as well. But
yeah, Alioski.
So McCarthy's now on for 2 bonus points at Saints. Stevens is still on for 3 and Fabianski on 1. Has there been any update on the Leeds bonus points? I don't think it's changed. I think Dallas is still on 3, Rodrigo on 2, and Alioski on 1.
Out of interest, Gianni, when you're asking about Alioski, what move did you make instead?
Oh gosh, I can't remember. Possibly Target.
Okay,
Who's
so not necessarily.
Well. Yeah.
So what?
He's been good.
You were thinking Alioski, and then clearly chose against, say, Dallas. Was that just for money? Oh, okay.
Yeah, the only reason I was looking at Alioski was I think he was 4.4 and I had 4.5 to spend and Dallas was already above that. So I think I messaged saying Alioski or Cooper if I'm looking at Leeds. But it was Target served me well and I wanted 90-minute men. And the fear of rotation, I just thought... And also, I did think Leeds might go and buy a left-back because Alioski wasn't nailed and because of their problems at
we've got full time here. Leeds 5, West Brom 0.
Wow, big result.
Souček was just down a clash of heads at Southampton, but he seems to have shrugged it off and he's back on his feet. It was a clash of heads with Romeu, and West Ham have a deep free kick, which they're sending all of their defenders forwards. They're messing about with it at the back. I have no idea why they don't just cross it in first time, which has happened now, and McCarthy just picks it up.
No save for McCarthy, no?
No save, no.
Looks like we got so far it's just the full time in West Brom Leeds. We've still got Southampton 0, West Ham 0, Burnley 1, Sheffield United 0, Brighton 0, Arsenal 1, and that Man United Wolves game, guys, kicks off in 10 minutes. You'll be watching that on your own, I'm afraid. But Bruno starts, Martial doesn't, Luke Shaw doesn't. They are the big headlines. But yeah, your usual suspects: Rashford, Bruno, and Cavani, who could become an FPL asset. We know Ollie likes him, starting to hit the back of the net. Will be really interesting to see who wins that battle for the number 9 jersey, knowing United have started scoring goals. And Cavani and Martial, they're not major money. They're kind of both sub 9 million. Any thoughts on that, Seb? Cavani versus Martial?
I was just thinking, am I tempted to grab Cavani? If I wasn't tempted by Martial before, why would I be tempted by Cavani? Yeah, we think maybe he's got a few more goals in him, but I don't think either of them are going to be nailed for 90. And
yeah, they'll share some minutes,
or just start. I wouldn't mind if one always came off the bench, but I would want the 60, 70 minutes out of one of them every week, and I don't think I'd get it.
Yeah. Burnley, Sheffield United. We're into the 4th minute of added time. I expect the final whistle to go any minute now. Tarkowski's just gone down. He's kind of a bit of time wasting going on there, managing minutes. That's the only game still going. We've had the final whistle in the other 3. So we're just playing it out now, and Burnley are just being really sensible, just sort of playing it to the corner flag. And I expect the final whistle to go. So we have had a big night of FPL action. We've had Bamford get involved for some Leeds points. So goals from Alioski, Harrison, Rodrigo, Rafinha, and an own goal. We've had a Taylor injury in the Burnley game. We've had a Lacazette goal in the Arsenal game, but loads of clean sheet points going around as well. To summarise, Ted, in Southampton, West Ham, where are we at with bonus?
So McCarthy's just sneaking up. He's still on 2, but he's only 1 behind Stevens. So I don't know whether he's going to be catching that up for 3 bonus points. But so he's got a clean sheet, that's 6 points, plus 3 saves, that's 7, and potentially an extra 2 for 9 points, with a potential for 3 bonus. Could take him up to 10. West Ham. Fabianski is currently on for 1, but no one else is in the bonus for West Ham. Worth noting that West Ham did look way more dangerous when Antonio did come on. So really interesting if Antonio gets another game under his belt, whether he is a key asset for the double game week. Seb, what's the bonus point situation at Leeds?
I was just having a little check on that. So we have Dallas top with 38 BPS, Rodrigo just behind on 37, and Harrison third on 32.
Oh, he sneaked up, has he?
He has indeed. Yeah. Alioski on 31, so maybe there'll be a readjustment there. And then Eiling back on 28. So I'd say you're looking at definitely Dallas and Rodrigo, and then maybe Harrison and Alioski for that last spot.
You got to love that, Gianni.
Yeah. Just, do you know, I don't begrudge the 10% owners, Dallas owners, getting the 3 fluky goals he gets when the games are always done. I don't, you know, that's fine. It's the fact that Toby, my arch nemesis, owns Dallas, and he's just so fluky this season. He couldn't tell you what country Stuart Dallas is from. He couldn't tell you if he's left or right footed, but he's got him in his team, and he's got 3 goals, and he's got 3 assists, and it's just not right.
Where's Toby ranked now?
125k compared to my 2 point whatever million.
Call the whole season off.
Yeah, null and void. That's what I say. Null and
but
void.
look, Gianni, Saka's snuck a bonus here. So
Okay, nice. Where are we at there with them, Rich?
So if anyone has these players, fair play. So Holding's got the 3, Lacazette's got 2, and then we got Saka and Pablo Mari with 1 as well.
Nice. Okay, good
Who,
stuff.
sorry, who out of interest owns Harrison? Was it one of us?
Oh, I've got Harrison.
Yeah, nice one. He's snuck into the bonus as well.
And you've just bought him. You've just bought him in this game week. That's
I mean, I had to do a -8, so I got in Bruno, Harrison, and Bamford. So if Bruno does something, it's been pretty decent.
Oh, I mean, you're already up on that. I don't know who you took out, but
Ben Rama, who I'm glad missed that shot that when Ted was watching. Ben Rama, Watkins, and KDB. It's been quite fortunate.
Yeah, killing it.
Your 3 Leeds players all returned big points. That's amazing.
And no bonus.
Speaking about Toby and the stick I get, I've just had a message flash up, and it's been flashing all game. I don't know if you can see it. It's like, real chance that Gianni doesn't qualify for the cup. Give it up, mate. Every minute of every day. I don't want it. All I've got for you, Tobes, and I'm going to clip this and I'm going to stick it on Twitter, because all I've got for you is, in a decade, you've beat me twice. So do one, right? Love it. Okay, good stuff. So, Rich, in terms of going to Brighton Arsenal, is there anyone we should be adding to our watch list? And I'll ask you guys, Ted and Seb, the same. Anyone that's caught the eye tonight that we should be looking at? Yeah, he's one to watch.
I mean, Saka would be the obvious one that you mentioned, but obviously we don't know. We need to find out if he's injured or not. Martinelli, a great price again. And I mean, actually Holding. I don't know on that one. I guess Brighton did have some chances, but they always do have chances.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely Saka. Saka would be the one, you know, if I could pick any. Otherwise, Martinelli.
Yeah. Ted, any names for you that popped out tonight?
So we've talked about a few players during the match, but Walcott was excellent. I think on his day he can get a hole in him. I think Saints have got a double game week, so I don't think he's a bad differential shout. The fact that Antonio's come on, he's returned from a lengthy absence at West Ham, is really encouraging for the Hammers. Be really looking at him for the double game week, even if he only gets 60 minutes in both. Hopefully he's not rested in the other, but I think it's a gamble that I'm willing to take. Saints weren't largely that changed. I mean, Shane Long didn't really offer that much when he came on. But for West Ham, they largely changed the number of players. Kufau missed out, which was annoying for owners, especially as they got a clean sheet. But a lot of change in that back line. Hopefully Balbuena comes back in for Dawson, and he can be an option for the double game week too. But other than that, not too much to tell.
Yeah, and Seb, time for the Leeds attacking double up?
Yeah, I think nothing much has changed in terms of the options. We know what's been there. Bamford got 2 assists tonight. He didn't really have too many chances, but he's had enough in previous weeks not to worry about that. Rafinha looks dangerous as always. He's probably our most talented player going forward, if that's fair. Rodrigo involved, got himself a goal. Harrison as well. I'd probably, we all probably have Bamfords. If you wanted to add one, I'd go for Rafinha. And then the fullbacks. We know Alioski, maybe he's got limited time in the team, but he'll be there for a few weeks. Dallas is the big one. Eiling, if he ever goes back to fullback, but at centre-back, I'd leave him alone. I would say actually on tonight's performance, I'd almost be more interested to look at West Brom and look at who they've got to play, because, okay, they were solid against Liverpool, but if Liverpool had converted some of their chances, maybe that's not quite so solid. Tonight, I don't think we played that well. We had 6 or 7 shots on target. West Brom just didn't stop us. They just allowed us to carve through them whenever we wanted. So they've got Arsenal next. I know you're shouting about Saka there. They then do have a blank, but in the double, they've got Wolves and West Ham. As Ted was saying, if West Ham have got Antonio fit, I'd be very tempted to see him play against this West Brom side.
Yeah. Good stuff. Thank you all for watching. I know if you've been watching and listening to us, you've probably not been listening to Amazon Prime, where Phil Neville has just said, keep it tight at the back and go for some goals. That was his advice to the United team. That's the analysis you've been missing out on if you haven't been watching us and been going with Amazon Prime tonight. Keep it tight at the back and go for some goals. Love it from Phil Nev. So thank you all for joining us. We'll be back with another Scoutcast match day next game week. And do check these guys out on Twitter, but also subscribe to their platforms. Ted, you've got a YouTube page, I know, so check that out. And Ted's wicked videos. And Rich, we can hear you on the FPL Surgery podcast, presenting that weekly, and you can catch Seb and I most weekends on Scoutcast Match Day. So yeah, do like and subscribe, and thank you all for watching. We'll see you soon. Cool, thanks guys. Just thought I'd